Hello, welcome. Right, here we go. 9070 XT is here. Got it today, so let's have a look at it on Cyberpunk. Let's pretty much just got it installed, so I'm hoping to not have too many issues. Did have to work on my overlay a little bit, so hopefully it's going to work. We should have that there. Let me know if I'm missing any stats there to what I normally have. I think I pretty much got all of them. It seemed to reset everything by switching GPUs. We'll see how it goes. Do make sure to drop a like on the stream as well. See if we can try and get as many as we can.
Yeah, when the lights went out there, I was cooking dinner. Oh, well, if we're getting specific, I was nuking a half-eaten burrito.
It'll be fairly interesting to see how this does. We'll obviously try out a variation of different settings. I am currently, haven't actually even looked at the settings really. Currently, I'm probably going to be at 4K at first. So yeah, 4K here. Set that to full screen. 3040 by 2160. Obviously, it's not going to be not really a 4K card, but I'll just check it out briefly anyway, and then drop the resolution down. I'll set everything maxed out, and we'll just see how it does. Just pretty much test it as we normally do. Most GPUs that I have. So I think at the moment we're at native. Oh god, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, native 4K, so no scaling or anything. We've also got ray tracing off. We'll check it out with it on, but it's probably going to obviously be quite rough at 4K. But we have got everything maxed.
The information from Okada-san, very valuable. I also
4K at the moment, so obviously we're outside of the city. I can have a look at. We'll head back into the city just because performance is going to be a little less. This looks fairly impressive out here, though. 70 FPS like that.
Processing plant.
That's pretty good.
Card station.
In the south of Japantown, there is a street market. It is on the footbridge.
Almost like I say, it's definitely going to dip down.
Use the elevators.
At
It's easy to get lost.
when we get closer to the city. I'm hoping
Do not make me wait.
my stats at the moment. So like I said, it was a little bit of a rush to get all the stats into there, so I'm hoping they're correct. They look roundabout right. VRAM's about 9 gig, which I think is probably going to creep up a little bit. It looks about right at the moment. Usage looks alright. GPU power as well. 330 almost there. 330 watts, that's quite high, isn't it? I think the TDP's like 300-ish, isn't it? I have got the 3-pin power adapter on this one. I think that's my always been over the last couple of gens my only real issue with AMD stuff is the power consumptions are a little concerning. They're not really coming down, are they? They're sort of mostly staying similar TDPs, aren't they? What was I going to check? So we'll have a look driving into the city. So it's looking like sort of 60 to 70 outside. We're already seeing it drop here to 40. So that's quite a big range, obviously, as you would expect. It's potentially maybe going to dip even into the 30s once we hit the really, really dense city bit. Where is that, though? Is that sort of over there? I think it's over roughly that way. Overall, not too bad, though. I thought maybe this would be worse. Maybe I'll speak too soon. Try and get into that, like, where the fish are floating around. So it's in at the moment 10 gigs of VRAM, so that's definitely creeping up. Probably almost going to be 11, 12 like this. But bear in mind, this is completely without ray tracing. No ray tracing or anything, so that'll absolutely probably wreck this here. If you were to do that at 4K. That's absolutely not going to work quite very well. So seeing 45 here. Like I think you might maybe in some areas by the looks of that, you probably will see the 30s. Maybe high 30s. And bear in mind as well, this is with reflections set to ultra instead of psycho too. So if you drop to psycho, you probably do lose another 10, 15, I think from here. I mean, I can check that in a sec. from previous experience. How do I get to the fish area? How's FSL4? Haven't seen it. I don't know. Is it in this game? I don't think it's in this game, is it? I couldn't see this game on the list. This is currently without any upscaling, so I haven't even switched that on as of yet. Single player. Yeah, it's not too bad. Obviously, playing like this is generally, you know, you kind of pretty much get away with this at 4K. I would say, even if you get some dips down into the high 30s, it will only really be in the most densest area in the city bit. So for most of the time, you'll be all right. Probably see an average of maybe in the sort of 50s. How do I get there? Hang on, bear with me. It's right here, isn't it? Is that it right there? Frame time as well, I think that looks alright. 0.1% low, don't look too bad. Pretty standard. Yeah, I think if I take a right here. It's above me though, is it? I think it's a... Is this the fish roundabout? It is. Pretty sure it is. Yeah. Here we go. It's either this or that street, isn't it? Jig Street. But I think those are normally the worst because of ray tracing, really. So yeah, not really too bad. I think it dipped down a little bit. Not awful. That power though, definitely pretty much statically capped out there, 330, isn't it? It's not really varying too far from that. Tech 1M, hello. Did I try Fluid Motion Frames 2.1? No, not yet. But I don't think it won't work on stream. I don't think. I haven't looked too much into it, but Fluid Motion Frames, there won't be a way I can show you it on the stream. We had that issue last time. Because it won't be picked up by MSI Afterburner. And I won't be able to show you the display from AMD's overlay on the stream live. I'd have to record a video. I think we had that issue last time, so I can switch it on, but there'd be no way I could show you the FPS because it won't track it. So yeah, not too bad like that. Obviously, we're coming here. Absolutely wreck it. 1440p. Yeah, I'll check out 1440p. We're just at 4K at the moment, and I'll drop it down in a sec. I'm just going to switch path tracing on. This is obviously going to be absolutely horrendous if you had to hazard a guess. But it's worthwhile seeing anyway. Obviously, whilst we're here testing it, it might not even load. And it might fully crash my game. Oh no. Wait. Oh no. Okay, that's not good. Let me reboot. I think if maybe I'd back out to the menu and change it, that might have been a smarter idea. We might maybe be able to get some FPS out of it. Hopefully, we can at least see it. Why the ray tracing looked bad compared to the 50 series? Oh, what, just then? No, ray tracing wasn't on. Didn't have ray tracing on at all. Is it 4K and ray tracing? Just then? No. No. It was 4K, but no ray tracing. And also ultra reflections. Because I know that Psycho does actually hit your FPS quite hard sometimes. Right, we'll try that again.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to Info Flash. Say, did y'all lose power yesterday, too? Yeah, when the lights went out, there I was cooking dinner.
Not that impressive. What, the 4K? What kind of FPS were you expecting? So, at the moment, at least we, I think it was just changing it mid-game. It does not like that. It cannot deal with that. So I'm still at 4K. No scaling. We've got path tracing on here. Everything's still maxed. With reflections here set to ultra instead of psycho. Obviously, as you would expect. Yeah, looking at about 11. Oh god, I can't actually even drive this. At 10 FPS, which is probably roughly what I'd expect, really. Look at this VRAM though. It's gone up from 10 gig to 15.6. Just by switching that on. That's crazy. So yeah, would sort of expect it to be like this really. You're not going to be able to do it like this at all. If you were for whatever reason thinking it could run at 4K with ray tracing, well, path tracing, it's obviously an absolute, I wouldn't bother. You can technically still drive around, but if it came to shooting in the game, that's going to be not enjoyable. I mean, even driving here is not really enjoyable. Oh god. Oh god. Also quite a bit of ghosting too on the car, it looks like, behind the car. As we've come to sort of expect with the native path tracing on this game, it seems to do that a lot. So I won't stay on that for long, because if anything, it's probably maybe going to crash the game again. If we have a look here, so let's try FSR3. Anyone in chat? No, I'm assuming this game doesn't support FSR4, does it? I didn't see it on the list. I looked quickly, I didn't see it on the list. Is it something I can force from the Adrenaline software? I'm not actually entirely sure, because like I say, I literally got this GPU and I've just pretty much put it in. Does it work? So I'll set it to, we've got FSR3, just quality, so no frame generation. We'll put that on. How much does that improve things for us? So it about doubles the FPS, which is going to make it nicer than 10 FPS, but obviously still not going to be that great. Interestingly, it has brought our VRAM down by 3 gig doing that, which is pretty nuts. And interestingly, power there. I don't know if you saw that go from 330 to 250 or something back up. It's kind of... Look, 270. That's kind of concerning. Going from, look at that, 418 to 270. That's a bit worrying. Seeing that. 290, 335, 283. That GPU power is all over the place. 414. That is a little bit worrying seeing that. But seems like it's gonna be round about, yeah, 20 FPS. It seems like. FSR4 only works on games with 3.1, so you can only enforce it from the app with games that support 3.1. Is that what you mean? You need to just force it. So yeah, same principle as like DLSS4, is it, on the NVIDIA app equivalent on AMD? It's been a while since I actually even used the Adrenaline software. But let's drop it down a little bit. How can we make this playable with path tracing at 4K? Probably going to be performance, isn't it? So even with performance here, 30. It's going to be absolutely brutal.
Roger, dispatch. What else is new? We'll be right there.
I have to almost definitely switch frame generation on for that, really. It's going to make me restart. No! Let me, I want to quickly go back to native and see it without path tracing and just ray tracing before I have to restart. So what did we have? We had 10, didn't we? So that's giving us another 10.
Suspect's vehicle has been located.
So a mixture of maybe ray tracing and FSR quality or something. Realistically, you might maybe have some okay-ish FPS out of that. You could actually probably run like that at 4K, which I kind of sick. Jesse Gaming! There's a 2-month membership badge. Cheers! I appreciate it. Thanks for the 2 months. Look at this frame time here, looks pretty choppy, doesn't it?
Suspect has disappeared. All All units on site, continue searching the area.
Still quite... I don't have any latency stats on the screen, but just this obviously isn't responsive at all at 20. It was quite bad trying to drive the car on a keyboard with 20 FPS. So yeah, I won't stay on that for too long because it's probably not that great to watch. If we just go quality, I want to just see roughly if we can get sort of 50 or something, 40 or 50. There you go, almost 50. And something like that. So you could run ray tracing. You can actually run it at 4K, and it'd be somewhat okay. 50 FPS. I could probably play it like that. And bearing in mind this is in the city area too, so outside the city you'll almost definitely be at about probably 60, 70 FPS here, maybe even higher. Oh god. So yeah, maybe some dips down still. Oh dear. Whoa. Oh no. Oh no. What the hell? Car's on top of my car and I now can't see anything. Get it off. You ever seen? Oh dear. Oh, is King Cold in there again? Oh, I need to like permanently ban him. Hang on. Do make sure to drop a like on the stream as well. Trying to get as many likes as we can. It helps me out big time. Also consider subscribing. We'll try and... What other games do I check out on this GPU over the next couple of days? Let's... I'm going to see if we can realistically... Why did I a second ago? Oh, it's because I'm on 2.1. I was on FSR 2.1. God, that's a bit confusing in the game settings, isn't it? I did wonder. I thought the image quality here looks a bit off. That looks way better. Pretty much going to give you, I think, the same FPS. Looks like roughly about it is between 3 and 2.1, but the image is insanely better. Why did they leave 2 in here? Enable fluid motion frames. Yeah, the issue is though is you won't see it. That's the only issue. I can enable it, but you won't see any of it. You won't see the FPS or anything. That's the only issue. It won't be tracked in MSI, so it'll just look like this to you. So I'm not sure how much value there is to enabling that. I can enable normal frame generation, but fluid motion frames, like, you won't see any difference on the live stream. I'll have to record a video for it to work. So realistically, I think, I mean, you're going to have to drop this. Maybe in a balance you could get away with this here. Yeah, balance, you could play like this. So you've got ray tracing on at 4K, not path tracing. And you can sort of sit around the 50 FPS mark, really. I'd probably, to be honest, I'd rather just, I think, switch ray tracing off here and just not really use the scaling, personally. I'm still of the opinion, like, if you really are set on using ray tracing, unfortunately, I do think you still have to go NVIDIA. Like, if you really want to be maxing it out in a game like this, to this caliber, I still don't think AMD's really quite there yet. Like, if that is of major importance to you, to be able to use ray tracing, I think you've got to go NVIDIA, really. I think on a lot of games you'll be alright. I'm talking mainly about like these games like Cyberpunk or Alan Wake where you're trying to run like path trace, you know. Those games have a much bigger hit FPS. There's a lot of games out there you can switch ray tracing on and it's not really that much of a hit. Ultra down from Psycho. Yeah, but you're still realistically though going to have to be... you're still going to have to use scaling though. And it's like, if I've got to drop down to FSR balanced to be able to even get 60 here, it's like I'd rather just really be at like quality or something, which would give me 40. I mean, I guess you could do probably FSR quality and ray tracing medium or whatever the middle setting is. But I'm talking more about it, like if you want to play with it all maxed or like high, that's where I think like you still have to. Nvidia's still much better in that scenario. Like if that's something you really want before purchasing, then that's just sort of how it is, isn't it, at the moment? Turn path tracing on like this. Probably drop it like another 10 or 20, won't it, from here? Yeah, there you go, 30. I mean, to be honest, there's absolutely no scenario I really think's that great to be using path tracing on this at 4K. Like, I just wouldn't do that. I don't think there's any scenario. You'll end up having to use FSR performance, and in my opinion, you're better off just going either down to 1440p or switching it off. Like, it's just not going to work. Those two things together are just not... It's not worth it. Because you're increasing maybe the quality, the graphics quality, the lighting quality by putting path tracing on, but then using FSR performance, you're sort of also degrading the image more, so it's like, what's the point? Like, you're sort of doing the inverse by doing both of those. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. So yeah, seeing it even down into the 27s here. Definitely going to be better than native, the 10 FPS, but yeah, ideally gonna have to start like putting on frame generation. Oh, it's gonna make me restart though, isn't it? All right, let's I can't save right now. Is it because I'm on a mission? That was weird. Let me reboot, because it doesn't look like that's loaded at all. Really annoying on this game, you have to reboot every time you switch frame generation on. So just bear me a sec and I'll reboot the game. Also take a look at what can I enforce anything from Adrenaline then if I go onto gaming. I'm a bit of a noob. It's been a while since when was the last time I used an AMD GPU? Oh, I mean, it was probably the 7800 XT because I had to send my XTX back, didn't I? So I can actually, there's an option here for upgrade select games with FSR4. Oh, okay, so Cyberpunk doesn't have FSR4, does it? Which, does that not seem like a bit of a weird... I feel like you want that in Cyberpunk, don't you, really? Is 1000 watt okay for a 9800 X3D and a 90? Yeah, it should be, yeah. I don't know what the recommended for it is probably 850, isn't it? For both of those things. Because this has got a TDP, I think. Oh, it's like weird, like 304, isn't it? I think. I mean, I'm using 330 here. It does seem to you'll use more. 9070 XT amongst every mid-range. Yeah, the only issue, at least in the EU, from what I've seen, is that some of these are going for like more than 1,000, and if that's the case, it's less of a... I feel like people would lean more towards a 5070 Ti in that case. Like, if you can get this for MSRP, then absolutely. But if this is over 1,000, you know, you could probably get a 5070 Ti. If you can get a 5070 Ti for like 1,100 or 200, you know, it's a bit of a tough ask. This at 1,000, because mine was probably buying one of this was, I think, 750, which is like almost $1,000, isn't it? It's like 900 and something dollars, which is like is way more really than I'd want to pay. So I do think that is... I don't know why the MSRPs of just all GPUs are just so wild.
Hey,
Doesn't make sense.
Say, did y'all lose
Not the
power yesterday
MSRPs, but I
too?
mean like the actual price.
Yeah, when the lights went out, there I was cooking dinner. Oh, well.
UK is lucky with MSRPs. Well, they were all like gone though. All the MSRP cards were gone. So this is with frame generation now, and we're actually we're seeing about 60, but it's dipping down a bit, 51. Still getting ghosting, pretty bad ghosting. Look, see that here, behind the car. That's fairly rough. That.
Probably.
Fine. I could really use your
And
help.
look at this frame time. What the hell? That is not looking good.
Tell me when and where.
You don't know how good it is to hear that. Swing by the old Caldo's camp. I'll explain it all.
The Caldos. Thought you parted ways.
Look, it's a long story.
Right
Just
there, try and
roll
do this
over.
mission. Look at the
I'm here.
state of my car. Wait, what's going on down here? I'll try and shoot. We'll try and... Look at my frame time now. What the hell? It looks completely fine. That was weird.
I'm here. Got no time to creep around.
Yeah, this isn't... it's not... quite a bit of latency as well. We're getting about 50, but realistically, this doesn't feel any better than like 30. It'll be definitely when we switch. We'll switch down to 40p in a bit. Be interesting to see what the power's like with it like that. What settings do I try next though? Any more settings we want to see whilst I'm at 4K before I switch? Do we maybe just go back again, switch off all path tracing and everything? I'm also at... Oh, is there no full screen on this? Why is it not letting me go full screen? Doesn't make a difference because my monitor's 4K. Gonna switch all that off. Let's put it quality, FSR quality with frame generation. We should get some pretty nice frames with that. So you could definitely... Look at that. I think without ray tracing on this, it is fairly impressive, I think. I think it just becomes a proper issue when you're trying to do ray tracing, basically. I think overall the FPS at 4K is pretty good. Because we had roughly average of like, sort of like 50, didn't we? Some dips into the 40s, some highs into the 60s, 70s in the desert at native 4K. And with FSR quality and frame generation here getting 139 average, which is pretty good. Play this at 4K 144. Power though still hasn't changed. That's still very high, 330, 350 there. VRAM I think looks fine like this, 12, just under 12 gig. Frame time does look a little bit more choppy, doesn't it? It's got quite a lot of spikes in it, but it doesn't feel bad. Feels much better than when we had ray tracing on. And I think overall, quality-wise, looks fine too. Graphics look pretty nice. I do think you can notice, obviously, with ray tracing off in this game, but it does still look quite nice even with it off. What, people play 4K? No, I'm not advocating. I test all my GPUs at all the resolutions, generally. I'm not sort of treating this GPU any differently. Try every game. Because I do get quite a lot of comments of people who do play at 4K on things. They just use upscaling. Like, you can do it. I'm just sort of demonstrating that it is possible if you did want to do that. Because there are definitely people who do play at 4K. 90-degree memory jacks. Yeah, that is fairly warm, isn't it? Definitely getting up there. Okay, something's happened. My car won't drive. My car won't go forward. What's going on? What the hell? And my frame time, what the hell? My frame time's back up to that choppiness again. Not choppiness, but just like increased frame time. Almost seems like different parts of the map. I don't even have the stats. This is completely not upgraded. What was it? Technical ability. Boom. Boom. What level did we need? 12. Wait, what? Oh. Wrong one. Force open. That didn't look very forceful, did it? We're just gonna go in guns blazing here. What GPU model? Gigabyte Gaming. Feels alright, shooting. I think, what are my other guns?
Be there in a sec. Try to find a way to
Shotgun.
the lower levels.
Whoa. Do you get the FPS drop a little bit in combat from 130 to 110 occasionally there? You survived that?
I'm hit! Oh God, I'm hit!
How do I get out there? Path tracing 6 FPS. Am I streaming with the same GPU? No. No, I have a different PC. It's about 10 FPS at 4K with path tracing.
Found a way down.
Am I encoding with the GPU? No, no, no. I have a stream PC.
Wait for me.
Getting GPU limited, CPU limited. It's actually more of a reflection of the game rather than the hardware. It's always like this in Cyberpunk when you switch, especially when you switch frame generation on. It never fully utilizes. We'll check out other games because I guarantee you it's probably not like this in other games. For some reason on Cyberpunk, on pretty much any GPU I use, if you switch frame generation on, it does get usage fluctuate a little bit. Oh, she's down there with me.
Make decisions!
Load it! Bit of a slow one on the load there. I don't think I've ever done this mission before.
Take him out quick. Cover me.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. How do I get out of that?
Make decisions!
Do I think they're ever going to implement FSR4 in this game? I hope so. I mean, they should do. They've got FSR3. I don't see why they wouldn't do FSR4. I'm actually a little surprised that we don't get... For some reason, I guess it's because Cyberpunk's an NVIDIA like sponsored game, isn't it? For some reason, AMD never give the updates, the FSR updates for Cyberpunk like quickly. It always takes ages. Because FSR3 took forever. I don't know why that is, but I think it's a bit of a disappointment because we've always got like DLSS 4 transform model. You know, you can test that out with all the image quality in that, which is cool. But then we can't really sort of compare it to anything for ages, which is always a bit annoying. You know, like I want to see what AMD can sort of offer in that aspect as well. Otherwise, you're then comparing DLSS 4 against FSR3, which isn't really a fair comparison. That guy got a minigun. Oh, I want to shoot that explosive. Oh, I hit both. I want his gun. Where's his gun? What's going on here?
Oh, come on!
Can't be 4K impossible. Yes, this is 4K, but I've got FSR quality and frame generation on. No ray tracing or path tracing, so this is definitely possible like this. This is the FPS that I am getting with those settings. Which is fairly impressive. You can actually do this at about 50 to 60 at 4K with the settings maxed apart from reflections. Turn down to Ultra instead of Psycho. It is possible.
Stir up.
Definitely impressed by that. I remember trying to run this game on like a 3090 back in the day, and it absolutely wrecking it. Now at least with the sort of raster settings, you can run it with all the graphics maxed.
What the hell?
What's going on here? After I've done this mission, we'll switch to 1440p, unless anyone's got any other settings you want to see at 4K whilst I am on 4K. Retreat. This shotgun takes way too long to load up. Can I try path tracing at what, native, or at native? If I do that right now, it will crash. That happened earlier. I won't go full native because it will crash if I do it mid game. But it'll be 10 FPS. If you were curious. Can I do 4K full? Yeah. Full path tracing. If I do that right now, it'll crash the game. But it's 10 FPS. You understand he's streaming to the internet at a lower res than in the game? Yeah, because there's a huge amount of latency at when you stream at 4K. There'd be too much delay. 4K isn't really a live streaming resolution. Because then when I try and read comments and chat, what you see ends up being like 30 seconds behind what I'm actually doing. Which, at that point, I might as well just do a video instead of a live stream. Whoa, look at what the oh wow, what's that? Is it gaming and streaming as well? No. I stream at the moment. I've got a separate stream PC.
Where are you?
Which is actually streaming off of 4060 at the moment.
You find anything useful?
Is path tracing playable on a 5080 at what, 4K? I mean, there's not really the best at the moment. The best you can get on a 5090, if you were to play 4K native with path tracing, I actually even forget what that is now. I think it was about 30 to 40, wasn't it, with everything maxed?
That's Evelyn. Just don't
correct me if I'm wrong. I think it had some highs of 50 if you're a little bit further up the city.
I see her.
So yeah, that's doing like 3 to 4 times better than this would at that. But even still, on a 5090, you're not going to be doing. 5080 is probably does double what this can do with those settings. It's probably more like 2025.
Now.
So it, I guess it depends what you determine is runnable or not. There's technically, if I normally consider 4K 60. There's technically nothing out there that'll do that.
Let's get her somewhere safe.
With those settings.
Which way?
I sealed the doors and managed to power the elevators.
4090 is 24, yeah, exactly. So a 5090 I think can be, is mostly I think 30 to 40-ish, depending on where you are. Some dips down still into the high 20s in some bits. So like that, do some comparison. Noah, hello. There's no FSL4 as far as I'm aware on this. I did look at the games list really quick. Couldn't see it on there, which is a bit of a shame. Is this 1440p? No, this is 4K at the moment.
Since when do you smoke?
Do you want to know the FPS of a 5070 Ti? It was about 15, 16 around about that. So it probably does like 5, maybe 5 to 8 FPS more than this with those same settings.
It tastes like shit and make my head spin.
I think it was around about that, if I remember. It's hard to remember. I have tested it. It is all on the channel. We did stream it. So if you did want to check any of that out, all of my streams go to videos as soon as I'm done. So everything I've tested on any of the GPUs, it's all there. I try and clip stuff down as well if I can, but it's just, I struggle to find the time. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the 5070 Ti at 4K like that was about 15, 16, so about 5 or 6 FPS more than this.
I think she is. Her eyes are closed.
Overall, with anything ray tracing, I think the 5070 Ti does probably do better, realistically. I think it's obviously mostly Raster without that, where this can, at least from some of the benchmarks I saw, I'm pretty sure, I don't think there's anything this can do better at that with ray tracing.
When you asked me to scour her behavioral chip, I was just about done dealing
Power
with
consumptions,
Judy,
what, between the 5070 Ti?
It's okay.
That'll be using a little less power.
We'll find out in a
It did it
sec.
at about, it was like 280, 290, I think, so it's a little bit less.
Okay, show me.
Give me a sec while I set the parameters.
Guess we'll find out if our doll really did lose her tune. Come on, V. I'll be the first to admit, this does not look good.
Ray tracing is off, yeah, and I am using FSR quality and frame generation
Well now,
at the
look
moment
at
to
you.
get this type of FPS. It was doing about 50, 60. I would switch it off, but it'd make me restart the game again. Mr. Black, welcome to the... Thanks for becoming a member, I appreciate it. Like I said, after this mission, I'll we'll drop it down to 1440p.
Right. Roll it.
Data was in pretty rough shape. Not all that editable.
Glad you managed to salvage them in the first place.
Needs a second to load. Quality's lousy, but I did what I could.
5070 Ti couldn't run this on Indiana Jones because of the VRAM. It's the same. How do you mean? It's the same amount.
Every single piece of tech I see, security. We need a layout.
It's the same amount of VRAM.
We will get everything else we need from the virtue.
What about his messages?
Guys, do make sure to drop a like on the stream. There's a lot of you in here. Try and maybe see if we can hit over 500 likes by the end of the stream. Should be able to hit that. And do consider subscribing as well.
And
Try and,
if he starts talking about the biochip himself.
Try and I'll be testing this as many games as I can over the next few weeks. Pretty much try and stream most days when I can. Let me know in the chat what games you want to see.
We give you the eddies. That is your one
Try and
job.
check as many out as possible.
The rest is none of your concern. Understand?
Take a look around if you want.
I remember this mission with this, is it a church? It is, isn't it? If I remember correctly. What do I think of this GPU so far? It seems fairly impressed by the FPS with, without ray tracing at 4K. I think it's fairly impressive.
The biochip?
This is obviously, I've only sort of seen 45 minutes, and this is the first game I've seen, so
that kind of encryption's easy to crack.
it's maybe a little bit too early to give my complete. Fingers crossed. I normally sometimes have issues with driver stuff on AMD GPUs, but it seemed to be pretty good so far. I've not had any issues.
Himself?
I think I recognize
There's more clues that I need. Do I recommend 5070 Ti?
We will get everything else we
I said it a bit earlier. I think it depends where you live. It seems to be varying a lot. There's some places in Europe, it seems like this GPU is like 1,000 or more. If that was the case, then a 5070 Ti is probably similarly priced. There's definitely a... But then I think it comes down to what you're using the GPU for. At MSRP, this, like hands down this, between the two.
Now's down our search.
Should I... What now? Biochip?
Looks like I'm going on a field trip to Pacifica.
That is not of interest to you.
Interestingly though, I don't know if this scene's maybe capped FPS-wise. We're dropping down to 90 here, with 80% usage, 100 watts of power.
The rest is none of your concern. Understand?
That seems,
Alright, think we got everything.
that seems weird, doesn't it? It's probably just this, what are these things called when you go into it? Forget what it's called. Yeah, look, you seen it.
What do you think?
Jump back up again now. Brain dance, is that what it's called?
Looks like Evelyn never told us the whole truth.
You're telling me?
Ray tracing enabled?
I've
No,
known
not
what
at the
you got
moment.
yourself into?
No, if we switch on ray tracing here, it's gonna be pretty rough.
Oh, I'm so mad at her.
That's
Her
path
only
tracing
job
though.
was to
There's
record a
a
virtue.
difference between them, obviously.
Pretty damn amazing she managed to organize a full-blown heist. And swipe the biochip from under her boss's noses.
So that's where you came in. She hired you. And brought this all on herself. On you two.
So from like
There's one more
130 to 40 by switching that on, which is
Wanna
obviously
see it?
insane. That difference is absolutely
Sure, why not?
Absolutely
Nothing could surprise
ridiculous.
me at this point.
between the two. Sapphire Pulse, yeah. I mean, even in the UK, because I've never ever had a Sapphire Nitro Plus. Really keen to get one, but they were like 800 or 850 pounds, which I just thought, oh, that's too much. That's too much. Compared to like MSRP, I thought it's just not. Yeah, that's. I'd have spent a bit more, but I think that's too much.
What language is she speaking?
I don't know.
How do I switch again? I forget.
It is
Switch
the
later.
voice.
Shift.
Didn't I?
Boom.
Wait, let me see if I've got an auto translate.
Très bien.
Meantime, you try to tune into the phone's frequency.
À continuer à faire
Look at that frame time. Oh my
Try hearing
god.
the phone.
Deepak Gaming with the 199. Thanks. I appreciate it. How are you running the reset attribute mod? How are you running? What do you mean? I'm not running any mods on this at the moment. I don't even know what that is. You can just reset all your attributes, can you? I have no mods though.
Got it. Give it a second.
We have to know what they're saying. It could be important.
Fine. Just found the auto translate package. Should get along fine with your system. I'll install it now.
Try and add FSR 3.1 mods. Yeah, I can try and have a look. Like I said earlier, I just got the card. I've been at work all today. I got the card, pretty much put it in, and then booted the stream up. So I haven't. Realistically, it's more of a sort of quick look. Really, it's just rough. A rough idea of sort of rough default performance, really. Everything else of like modding, trying to force other stuff, I'll have to look into it a little bit over the weekend.
I don't get it. What's this have to do with
But like I say,
Silver?
after this mission, I want to save it and get down to
She
1440p
died,
because that's where people are
forever
probably really
ago.
going to want to see. Overall, not too bad at
Got any
4K, like I
idea?
was saying. It is doable. If you did
Honestly,
want to play 4K, there
no
are
idea
definitely
at
ways
all.
in which you can do it. You can make it work.
Can you give me a minute? I need to go over some stuff in my head.
Of course.
CPU temp's unbelievable. What's the secret? I don't really have one. I'm using a pretty big cooler. The
These people, what could they want from all?
Leon Lee
How the hell
Galahad.
should I know?
It seems pretty good,
Got
and I
no
don't
notion
think.
whatsoever?
I mean,
One
my
way
other
or
CPU,
another,
the last one I had was a
everything's back to that
4900K.
network.
I've still got
Finding
that in my
out's our
stream
biggest
PC.
priority.
So anything
If
is
she
easier to
knows
cool
as
than
much
that.
as I think she knows about the chip, she can help
There's
us
not
out.
much you can do. I even, you know, have to
Thought you said
undervolt
nothing
that
could help
everything,
us.
and it still hits
No,
like
just
70 or
find us that
80.
choo-choo wire head, okay?
And I also had a ridiculous cooler for that, where this CPU just doesn't seem nowhere near as bad. I did have an issue. I did have to RMA my first CPU, my first 9800. There was something wrong with it, and the temps were all really weird, but it actually just fully bricked, and I couldn't even boot the PC. But the replacement, it seems like it's fine. I got a replacement CPU, and it seems fine.
No, V. Thank you.
Temps look a lot better. At idle a lot of the time, it'd be like sort of 35. Definitely think there's see people out there with it even cooler than that, to be honest. Some people hitting like high 20s, low 30s.
Things might have turned out differently.
To be fair, my fan curve's not like insane, so I could probably hit those kind of temps, but I just don't really want the fans crazy. Call Mr. Hands. What a weird name. Can I save this? Right. We'll go down to 1440p, and what I'll do is we'll switch off frame generation because I'll restart the game just so we can get rid of that at first. And then if I drop it down here and we'll do a quick restart. For some reason, why is it not letting me go? Am I being stupid? Why is it not letting me for some reason. Let me quit the game reboot. It's not letting me go full screen. It was earlier. Go native 1440p. Yeah, that's what I'll do now. Hopefully, I'm going to try and see if I can figure out that full screen. Otherwise, I've got it in like a weird windowed mode. It's not that much fun to play. What are we thinking of the GPU so far then? What do we think? We think it looks good? Are you going to be looking at maybe getting one, or anyone interested in trying to get one? Did you try and get one and couldn't get one? Let's have a look at the settings real quick. Did I get it at MSRP? No, unfortunately not. Okay, I've got full screen again. Yeah, don't know what happened there. Maybe... Is there some weirdness there with frame generation on? You can't full screen it? That's triggering a weird memory of mine where that is a thing. CY, hello. Monster Hunter. Check out Monster... Yeah, I could check out Monster Hunter maybe tomorrow. Is that game still run really badly though? So we'll leave. Should we maybe let me shrink the overlay a little bit, just because that's pretty big, isn't it? There we go. So at the moment, I'm going to do native. So we've got 1440p here, 2560 by 1440. Upscaling everything off, frame generation off. We've got path tracing on, so it's going to probably be quite rough at first, but I won't leave it on that for too long. What else have we got? Motion blur off. Everything else maxed, but I've got reflections to ultra instead of psycho, just because that's roughly normally what I sort of test things at, and a lot of people sort of test that at that, because I think psycho seems to hit your FPS for a good 10 to 15 for just no reason. Not no reason, but I feel like it's less worth it. So, look at this here. 26 FPS, which is a lot better than 4K, where we had 10, so it's over doubled the FPS, which is obviously going to be a lot better. But at native, at least, it's not going to be, it's not going to be incredible. Seeing it at what we got, took 12.5 gigs of VRAM. This was the sort of issue I was raising. Is power does not seem to come down at all, does it? And that was a bit of a thing with previous gen AMD, wasn't it? The power consumptions, they sort of cap out static and they don't really change much. So we're seeing it still increase up to about 340 there. So we'll drop down to 1080p in a little bit and see if that does anything for us in terms of that. But I've got a feeling it might be fairly similar to previous GPUs we've seen. where it sort of just hovers around the max, really. So yeah, still not going to be great like this. Frame time looks insanely choppy. The ray tracing on this just seems to absolutely wreck that. Anyone like my choice of outfit? Perfect. Call Mr. Hands. How do I do that? There we go, call him. Not sure I really want to be calling someone who's called that, but...
Need to make contact with the Voodoo Boys chief.
Bogdan, hello.
All right. Straight to heavy.
Now, what do we check first? Probably switch path tracing off, or do we want to switch scaling on first?
Be tough getting a word into her.
I won't do frame generation just yet because I will have to restart the... Oh god. Oh my god.
Really don't do any business.
We'll do frame generation last just because I have to restart the game.
All got dirigible-sized egos.
I want that car. I want that car.
If you insist, I can ask around, try to set something
No.
up.
Oh god, this is...
Details first.
It's hard to be quick like that at 20 FPS. Yes. Go.
They want.
Truly? Want to sell something to...
Got a Dell.
This is 4K. No, at the moment, this is 1440p path tracing. I do just want to drive, see if I can get a little bit into the denser city bit. Because I've got a feeling you might probably see into the teens, so like 18, 19. Because we're hovering around 22 here. I'm going the complete wrong way. It's possible the weather here is probably not helping either. The rain and stuff might be dropping their FPS even more. But, interestingly, look at my usage. It's now maxed at 99%, no fluctuation. So I do think frame generation seems to cause that. Which isn't just an AMD thing. It does the same thing on NVIDIA. When you enable frame generation, my GPU usage goes from 99 to, you know, anywhere between 85 and 99. So, and I think, from what I remember, it's always been like that. God, where am I going here? I don't even know. Not paying attention. Right, is this the way? Let's maybe get the map out. Where's the fish? Take me to the fish. Oh, we're a wild. Oh no, that's exactly where my marker is. Take me to the fish. Show me 19 FPS. The question is, would anyone tell me in chat if you would play like this? Would you play at 20 FPS? Is there anyone out here? Lowest I generally play is normally on Steam Deck. I'll sometimes play at 30. Which I don't mind too much. 40 is definitely nicer, but try and preserve battery life. Game looks pretty nice. For some reason I've got no audio on the car, I've just realised. There we go. No. I hear it when I brake, but I don't hear it accelerate. It's when it's changing gear, it makes a noise. This game is still completely bug-free. Stop it. Oh, this is not good to watch. Alright, I'll change it in a sec. We're almost there. I just want to see... I don't know if we'll see 19. It seems like it mostly will actually hold sort of the very, very low 20s. 22, 21, 20. So, you might be right. Holding... Well, it's technically not alright, but... Oh, there you go. 18. Yeah, so... That will happen. As you sort of expect, like I was saying earlier, I think ray tracing is just going to be completely not doable natively. I could, I guess, if we just go to ray tracing instead of path tracing, you probably gain 10 FPS there. Whoa, way more. Look at that there. 1440p ray tracing. That's alright. That's alright. We ain't Tottenham. We ain't Tottenham. Sorry. Anyone know that song? So this is actually alright. .46 probably might mostly hover around the 50 FPS.
Reporting suspicious
Out the way.
activity in Haywood. Roger that, dispatch. This is 331 responding to my neighborhood. I'll take you for tacos sometime.
Come on, you Spurs. I am actually a Spurs fan. I'm a Tottenham fan. Arsenal. No. I mean, Arsenal sing that song, but I'm actually a Tottenham fan. I just find that song funny. I have absolutely no audio on the car. What the hell? Dogtown. Wait, where's Dogtown? Is that the bit down here? Dogtown. Is that... Do I need the DLC, though, to get in there? I don't have the DLC on this. I actually have Cyberpunk twice, but in my Steam version, I don't have the DLC. But it realistically, yeah, would probably drop down a little bit more there. Go Spurs. What about that game last night, though? That's... Oh, God, it's just so painful to watch. That was awful. I always get lured in to watch Tottenham, and then I realise... Why did I watch this? See why with the 50, thanks, I appreciate it. Thanks for the test gameplay stream. I'm kind of busy recently. Here's for the support. Thanks, I appreciate it. Thanks for the super chat and tuning in. Yeah, we'll try and test... That's what I was saying. Let me know in chat what other games... I mean, the list of games we've been trying recently. So obviously Alan Wake 2, that's also got path tracing. Maybe Monster Hunter Wilds, that's a fairly new game. Might be interesting, although it is an absolute mess. Try and just get through as many as I can. Generally try and target the fairly heavy games, because then we'll know the sort of worst situation for it, I guess. It can only get better, you know. When you've tried it at 4K with path tracing, you know it can only get better. Right, I've had enough of this. How do I shoot out the car?
All nearby units, suspect
Boom.
is still at large in the area.
Now, is that a cop car on the screen? It's saying they're above me. Oh God. It's like playing GTA. Oh, interesting. We could check out GTA as well. That's got ray tracing now.
All units in the area.
That'll probably actually run quite well.
Instructed to return to patrol.
I am definitely worried about the power usage on this, because my power is going from 320 to 180. It's a little worrying. Don't know if I pulled the stat in from HW Info. It might maybe not be... I might have maybe pulled the wrong thing in. I think I pulled in GPU power. Total graphics power. That might not maybe be the right one. I think the only other options is what? Total board power, which... Is that a better option?
Hey, you!
Trying to get down to this side mission.
All available units. Emergency backup requested in Haywood.
I'll have a day off.
Roger, dispatch.
I just want to do this side mission. Someone shot my tyre out. So I think with just ray tracing, no path tracing, 1440p, you could do this here. 50, average of 54. We could do that. VRAM is a little bit high, 15 gig almost. That's a little concerning. I'm getting out of the car. Ain't too shabby. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good like this. Without ray tracing altogether. Yeah, I mean, we'll get pretty nice frames with that. 150, jeez. What's the easiest way? Oh, this feels, I'll tell you what, this feels heavenly after playing at 20. I'm also think I'm barefoot. I am barefoot. I can hear it. Hello from Leeds, yo! Do I think there will be an XTX version of this card? I don't really know. I don't think AMD are putting too much effort. Not effort, that's the wrong word. Like, I don't think they're putting too much into this gen of GPUs because we're not getting anything that's going to really compete FPS-wise with like a 5080 or 5090 or anything, as far as I'm aware. I think that was the plan from AMD, whether that's changed. I don't think we're going to see that until next gen.
You need to retrieve a car.
So probably unlikely. XTX probably unlikely.
A 6-3 car. See the attachment for more on the wheels. And its owner.
Playthrough. I'll do this side mission here with this. FPS, we'll just get a rough idea. Seems about 120 average. Shall I get the shotgun out again? Was he about to I think he was about to shoot me, wasn't he? What the hell? Where'd you come from? I didn't even... Oh, did I not load this up? That's an absolute fail. Private Fortune, hello. Is this good in streaming in Twitch? This streaming off of this GPU? I don't know. I'm not streaming off the GPU. I always thought AMD's encoder was always a little worse than NVENC, but you could just use AV1 though. That should be pretty good. But I'm not using it. It's not. I'm using a 4060 at the moment for the stream. Shooting like Solanke? Who said that? If I was Solanke, I wouldn't even be playing. I wouldn't even be playing this game. Good evening, good sir. Guten Tag. I think you might be German. Die Grau M&M's. Wie geht's?
Gotta take it from the side.
Ich liebe dieses Spiel. Is he underground? Guten Abend. Look at me dodging bullets like Neo. What's this mission? Upload the software to start the car. My German's good. That's pretty much all I know. I actually did study German at school, but that was a long time ago. And I did try and speak it when I was in Germany, but I think my pronunciation is so bad. People knew I was English straight away. I spoke in German, and they just responded to me in English. Sehr gut. Wunderbar. Very good German. I know just like the most random phrases. So this is completely without ray tracing, which is pretty good, I think. 120. Realistically, probably 100, 110 to 120 probably. Maybe even 130 outside the city. There's like a realistic average. Upwards of maybe even 140. Yeah, probably. The desert. Degram Eminence. Thanks for becoming a member. I appreciate it. I actually try and post some photos and stuff in there of my GPUs. I did actually post a photo in there of the 9070 XT. I've got some photos in there on my PC as well. Try and maybe do some videos. I actually have some side-by-sides as well to show you the ridiculous size between... I'll actually try and get a new photo of the difference in size between a 5090, like a 5080, and maybe this GPU. I'll do all 4 of the current ones that I have, or the new ones. Because my 5080 is absolutely just disgracefully large. What I'll maybe do, so you're seeing it, you are seeing it still dip down a little bit, 90 FPS, 91. So still a little bit of a range, but it's overall going to be fine, I think, to play like this. Most people will be more than happy with 100 FPS, with all the graphics still maxed. Might be interesting to see if we max out, set it to Psycho here. That might be interesting to see. How much does that hit? Oh wow, okay, so that does hit it quite a bit. Seeing it here dip down to about into the 70s, so that's realistically like a 20 FPS hit, I think. Where have I got to take this car? Your Sapphire Nitro Plus got shipped today. Nice. Wait, you're in Germany, right? How much was it, if you don't mind me asking? Was it like way above MSRP?
You really saved my ass. Can't thank you enough.
Well, why are you looking at me like that, bruv?
Wouldn't stick around too long if I were you. 6th Street are gonna be searching high and low for this beauty.
I'm leaving town today. It's like Uncle Estevez always said. If you gotta choose between your ride and saving someone else's ass, always choose the ride. At least you know that a ride's never gonna betray you. People, on the other hand,
won't work well with Blender. Yeah, I don't really know a great deal about Blender, but I do think that's more of an NVIDIA. I do think those like NVIDIA GPUs generally work better in Blender, don't they? I think could be wrong, but I think it's a bit more suited for that.
Good deeds are always repaid in kind.
I don't, like I said, I don't know too much about Blender. I've never really used it.
Until next time.
It was at MSRP. Oh, decent. That's good. And I guess that's €879, isn't it? Yeah, the Nitro Plus here was a little bit more expensive, and I was maybe gonna consider, because I've never had one. I've always wanted to check it out, but I'm trying not to. I feel like when the prices go so high above MSRP, if I purchase them at that, I'm sort of taking part in the ridiculousness of it. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to avoid doing it so I don't encourage them to keep doing it. I know it's not going to work because everyone has to also do it. Everyone else has to do it as well, but it's just try and I feel like I try and contribute less into that, because I luckily got Founders Edition 5090, so I literally got it for MSRP, like the NVIDIA price, which was decent. Got a bit lucky with that. Same with the 5070 Ti, I didn't pay too much over. I paid maybe, I think it was like 50 to 100 over, which is obviously more, but it's within like an acceptable range, I think. Obviously, when it starts going like 500 more, then that's just ridiculous.
All units in the area, order has been restored. All units instructed to
no, there's not any ray tracing on. I can, if we'll switch that back down just so it's a fair test. I'll switch ray tracing back on, but we can check out some upscaling and stuff now. If I switch it back to Psycho, should we just go full path tracing? We can go full path tracing. see what we can get out of it with so full path tracing's 23, 24. It was roughly around that, wasn't it? Some dips to 18, 19. These VRAMs getting spicy, 15 gig. And then if we go, let's make sure I'm definitely on FSR 3. So at first, if we just put on FSR quality here, I will check frame generation, but we'll have to restart for that. So just quality alone, it's going to be about 40. Let's see if I can find another side mission. And I'll do that main mission. Whoa! Oh, I still got this bug with the lighting, hasn't it? That's a game bug. How did I get 5090 for MSRP? I think I just got lucky. I got the founders directly. I don't know what country you're in. If you're in the UK, there's a place called Scan. And also Treble Champ. I don't know if he's in the chat. He had like a stock tracker. To basically say when it was available. But Scan basically are like the provider of founders editions. Like you can't get them anywhere else, but their website went down, right? Their website fully went down, but if you went direct to the Nvidia website, you could order it from there, but it comes from Scan, if that makes sense. Because I couldn't get on Scan or Overclockers or anyone. Their websites were fully down for me. So yeah, I think I just got lucky because it was probably 20-25 minutes after release that I got it, but then it wasn't around for too long. Where have I got to go? Where am I? What the hell? Underground? How do I get down there? Oh, I remember this mission. Is it down here, isn't it? I'm using a 5090 for the stream. No.
I need you to pay a visit.
I'm using a 4060 for the stream. Scan doesn't deliver to Europe. It actually does, but not on release.
I am attaching more information.
So they never deliver to the EU. They limit just to the UK on like big releases. So you'll notice on their listings it has a caption which says orders are limited to the UK only, but outside of the big release days they normally do deliver to EU, but I don't know how much it costs for like postage and stuff. I think they just limit it because they're not going to have enough stock for even just UK, so I think they just limit it to try and just cope with it, I guess. Try and cope with the amount of people trying to get one. So realistically, FSR quality alone with path tracing still fairly impressive. 46 average. It has dropped our VRAM down by about 2 gig. Yet again, power. I mean, these temps are looking a little spicy. The memory, 94 and hotspot now 90. It's getting a little bit spicy.
Hold up. It's paid to get inside.
Of course it is.
Jon Snow?
Oh,
Hang on. Aren't you the lad from Game of Thrones? It's not native, no. At the moment, I've got 1440p path tracing, but we're using FSR quality at the moment.
How's your day going? Win anything?
Enter the casino.
Hey, how's the cash flow look?
Don't even ask. It's Annie's. It's pathetic.
Still looks pretty good, even with FSR quality. I think FSR's definitely caught up a lot. Definitely keen to see what games actually... I'll tell you what I'll do. I do want to try and check out FSR 4. Try and see what the list of games on that list, and maybe try and check one of those games out tomorrow. Because that would be cool to see. Search the office. Where is the office? Okay, this is time to get out the weapons. Do this old-fashioned way. Scream, scream! Thanks for subscribing. just loaded this shotgun though. Manually increasing. Yeah, I could have a look in a sec and increase the fans a little bit. Can actually even see what it is currently running on. Get me out of here. This is my casino now. Damn, bro. I'm running out of health. Then if let's drop it down a little bit. Balance. Can we get sort of push 60? At what point? Oh, just almost, just about. Which I don't think's too bad. You know, doing everything path tracing maxed out, FSL balanced, that's not too bad. I'll take that. Whoa, whoa. How do I get up there? Hack the tower? What tower's that? Path tracing, yeah. That's carried on right now. Oh, that's that almost went terribly. This is with path tracing, yeah. My health. I'm not going with a shotgun. Not again, dude. What CPU cooler do I have? All the specs for my current gaming PC are in the description, but it's a Leon Lee Galahad Trinity 2. Is it version 2? Yeah. I do actually probably... I've got a stream PC as well, which I don't know if I've added that to the... I don't think I have that in the description, but I can add my stream PC as well, but it's a bit of a weird one, my stream PC. It's a 4900K and a 4060. Purely just because that's the only other CPU that I had, so I just switched it over. I was a bit limited on time, so I had to when I was building the stream PC. So it's a bit of a mismatch, but it's in a mini ITX build, so that's the 4060. I could probably actually maybe fit in... We could fit in a 4070 in the actual PC case, but it's a little snug. No, the game's crashed. No, that's the second crash. Is it crashed? I've got a black screen. You're streaming using an NVIDIA GPU? Yeah. Yeah, I've got an NVIDIA GPU in the stream PC. I don't know what's happened. The game's not crashed, but I've got a black screen. I've Alt F4'd it. You'll have to bear with me. Ah, that's a bit annoying, that. Yeah, the game crashed while Cyberpunk flatlined. 2 crashes. That's not ideal. Weird, though. It's playing all right for a while. Could be maybe teething it problems, maybe. I know AMD sometimes the drivers need a bit of time. The stream has ended. No, it hasn't, has it? No, it's just gone to a black screen because the game crashed. I'll boot it back up. What are we thinking out of 10 of the GPU? If you had to give it a rating out of 10, what do you reckon? And also, make sure to drop a like on the stream, guys. We might hit 1,000 likes on the stream. That's absolutely wild. But make sure to drop a like if you haven't already. We probably will hit that by the end of the stream. That'd be awesome. I also might have to resend the stream because it looks like OBS. It looks like something has happened. Boom. Frame generation. Let me just boot back in quick. Yeah, because I'll have to restart, won't I? Have to restart again. That's a bit annoying. I don't know where it's going to have saved that from. Oh wow, sweet. Sweet as a nut. Okay, this feels very laggy. Why does that feel so laggy? Why does that feel noticeably laggier? Can't see anything. It all looks pretty much the same as what we had, doesn't it? For some reason that feels really laggy. That's weird. Positive vortex. You'll give it a 10 out of 10? Nice. If it doesn't crash, yeah. I mean, we'll try out a couple of games over the next couple of days and we'll see. It might. To be fair, I'm pretty sure Cyberpunk crashed even on my 5090 when I first played it. Didn't it, I think, if I remember right? It could just be a game thing more than anything. I mean, the first time it crashed for me is because I switched path tracing on at 4K mid-game and it crashed. I don't really count that one. I don't blame anything apart from myself for that one. There's not that many GPUs that would survive that. So I don't count that one. Where have I got to deliver this thing? It's a bit sketch around here, isn't it?
Give up! You got nowhere to run!
What?
False alarm.
I have received information that Vortex's shard
Is this on 4K Ultra? No, this is at 1440p at the moment.
Disappoint me.
Can I do ray tracing Ultra? So what, no path tracing? Yeah, I mean, at the moment, so I've currently got FSR 3, we got it set to balanced. I could go back to quality and just go ray tracing, but no path tracing is probably a reasonably good test. Because I do think on this GPU, I think AMD GPUs, you'd mostly be alright with ray tracing. It's just the path tracing that's the absolute killer. That's going to drop your FPS by so much. It's just not worth it.
And transferring your fee.
Even here, you can see in what, 80, 85? That's pretty good. It annoys me that I don't have a car and it's only the bike. If he's running 1440p of FSR and ray tracing not getting 60 of this, no, I mean we're getting over 60, 75. No path tracing, but just normal ray tracing FSR quality, and get some fairly okay-ish FPS. Who's shooting me? You what, mate? What the hell? Oh no! I heard bones crack. Did anyone else hear that? That's gnarly. I've never heard that. I literally sounded like I heard bones crack. Getting showcase for, yeah, that's what I mean. It's obviously sponsored, but I mean we know AMD in general is a little bit further behind on the ray tracing performance. You know, we do know that. Definitely come a long way. I think it's a lot better than it used to be, but it is, if you're going to match it like for like, it obviously ray tracing, it does do a little worse. You can still make it work. That's what I was saying. Like, in this game, it really is the worst that it's going to be. For that, you know, there's a lot of games you can switch ray tracing where it's maybe just reflections or something. You're really not going to see that much of an FPS hit. Path tracing and stuff's really going to be the worst that it can be. Where have I got to go?
V, consider this your lucky day. You hear Pacifica call and you make sweet love to it, that is.
Oh, this will be a good mission, actually. I mean, it's not really even that full mission, but it'll be good. Good to see the visuals.
Not in the market. But they have another task that needs doing, so I volunteered you. Do it well, and you'll get your audience with Brigitte.
Wukong, yeah, I'll definitely actually probably check that out. I haven't played it again. I'm still stuck on that. How far did I get? I got to the bear. Last time I played. We'll have to play it. We'll have to play it and watch me struggle and cry through the pain.
He's got the gift of the gab. Can't be denied. But I need to steal your buddy for a sec.
Because yes, that does also have full ray tracing.
Why?
Which, that is tough. It's tough on that.
I acquired some information.
You're right about power. Yeah, I mean, I'll check. If you bear me a sec. Let me just have a quick look. I pulled this in from HW Info because... oh, no, actually, no, I didn't. Did I? Let me just... Sorry, bear me a sec. I don't know what's happening in the game.
Quickly,
yeah, no, this is actually from my board. The thing, I think, the power, when you say that the power worries you in terms of how high it is, or... Actually, wait, I'm going to increase my fans whilst I'm here. Bear with me a sec. What was I saying? Yeah, what worries you about the power? The fact how high it is, or... The thing that worries me is the fluctuations look concerning. It goes from... We had anything from 180 to 450 or something. That seems worrying, that it's fluctuating that much.
Still don't see how this
I don't remember the last time I saw a GPU do that. Obviously you do get fluctuations, but that's like difference of like 200 watts. Now, it's either not recording it or like it's not displaying it correctly, or
the dash floats will pass
something's happening.
If I could just get
something not good's happening. It doesn't seem to be doing it at the moment. But we did it. Maybe it's because we're at 4K. I honestly don't know if I've not been paying too much attention to it at 1440p, but has anyone else picked that up? That it's been fluctuating like that again?
I learned more about the floats. They are all kept in one place, Arasaka Industrial Park. It is there that they prepare them.
I do like the visuals here.
We need only to break into the compound, find the right float, and inject a virus into its system.
Driver issue. It could be. I mean, it's probably a little bit too early to say as to what that might be. Is it the game? Is it a combination of the game?
Then what?
And the drivers for this game? You know, we'll know in a couple of days. If I can test this out on a few other games. If it's not doing it in other games, then we know it's not, you know, it's not so much of a problem. If it's doing it in every game, then there's probably, you know, it could maybe be a driver or GPU thing. Like, take the shard. Is the GPU temp 64 or 87? It's 62 at the moment, GPU temp. Are you maybe getting confused with the GPU memory and GPU hotspot? I'm assuming that's maybe what you're comparing to. That's the like memory temperature, so the temperature of the actual memory. It's always going to be warmer than the
security concerns me.
GPU temp.
Especially.
It's like the actual memory junction.
But I may have an answer. Okada-san mentioned the city cameras. If we gain access
the lighting
to
here.
them, we will see exactly where the snipers are. You can
even the smoke here, look at this. Oh, it's disappeared.
Well, let's go.
Well, I think overall, definitely impressive FPS for the price, 100%. What's my fan speed in terms of RPM? I don't know in terms of RPM. It was at 65% now. I'm not sure what that is in RPM. I'd have to try and add the...
Sounds like a plan.
Add the
You
stat.
agree just like that? The risks are considerable.
Yeah, well, getting more and more used to that.
So that's brought it down a little bit, hasn't it? What did we have? We had, I
what would
think,
you say to a
67
small
GP
test?
temperatures. That's brought
We
it down by
must
maybe
try
5
the
degrees.
shot. The camera control
And we were at
room
like
is
90... We had 90...
You must
We had a
get inside
94
and
memory
infect the
junction, didn't we?
network.
So that's
That
a
is
bit
all.
better.
Uh-huh. And in the meantime, you'll do what? Crack open a can of suds?
I will not touch alcohol. At work, I will watch your back. Now, get to it.
Isn't this where I see the float? Oh no, force open. Do it as we need. People were saying you were at 90. Yes, I was, yeah. I was at 90 degrees. I had the fans on auto, which they were running at about 45 to 50. Yeah, 45%. I've increased them manually to 65. And yeah, at 45, it was hitting a 90 memory.
Fucking worked.
This model's 304 watts plus. Yeah, the TDP overall is 304, but we've got the three power connectors, so it can go over. It was the same with last gen as well. I interestingly didn't have any of those last gen though, because I had a 7900 XTX reference, so TDP wise, it pretty much stuck to it. It didn't ever go over.
Done.
And then
System's
what else
ours.
did? And then we had what did I have?
Good.
I had a 7900
The easy work we have
XT X
To break
Merc. What's it?
into
X
Arasaka Industrial
XFX
Park
Merc.
will not be such a bed of roses. But before we
Even that
discuss
though, I don't think it had the overclocked. Well, not overclocked, but it wouldn't go over power-wise.
Sit. I have not eaten since yesterday.
How did I get my hands on
Give
this
me
card?
the
I
best.
just ordered it. I ordered it yesterday.
I highly
Ordered it
recommend
yesterday,
the
and it came
yakitori.
today.
Anything that isn't local, please.
What other settings do we want to see at 1440p whilst I'm out here? Probably frame generation, right? I'll have to finish this mission off to get frame generation on. But we've just ray tracing FSR quality here. I think overall it looks pretty good. Could maybe see performance. Gonna get some pretty nice FPS. How much does that degrade the image quality though?
And when he outlived...
Or actually, I'll tell you what I will do. We'll go back to quality and actually fully switch ray tracing off, because I know a lot of people aren't really too interested in ray tracing.
We'll flatline him.
Which, that's very impressive. 140. Sheesh!
Bridge we might cross.
Whereas am I right now? 1440p. 1440p, FSR quality, no ray tracing or anything. The rest of the graphics maxed. Definitely a bit of ghosting going on with the food. Do you see that? Look at that.
What
look.
is this?
What the hell?
Hey, yakitori.
Was FSR 4? It's not supported in Cyberpunk. It's not updated with it.
Okay, I have laid the plan. 1. We break into Arasaka Industrial Park.
Could I get it for MSLP?
1.5.
No.
We have Hanako-sama's float. 2. During the parade, with my help,
Why am I not using
you
FSR
eliminate any snipers.
with frame generation? I don't have path tracing on right now. I will check that out. It's just
I convince
frame generation. You have to restart the game. So I try and limit that to the end, because otherwise it's just a continual test of rebooting the game. So I try and limit it off so to try and minimize the amount of restarting, because it gets a bit annoying, I think. We'll do it in a sec. I'll restart and we'll try a load of frame generation settings.
You're a stranger in a strange land. I'm going with you.
True. And you with your hands, skills, mind of a thief. Agreed.
What's he
This
cooking
we
up?
will do together.
Making me hungry.
Cook! Louder! Louder!
decided to double the amount
Yorinobu,
of our
in the
active
flesh.
city security forces. President Myers has called
He
in
eliminated the last
in the
obstacle
party of
between himself and the complete
XCSS, yeah.
power.
XCSS is actually very good, image quality wise. I can show you that in a bit.
What do we call
It's
the
actually,
murder of my
especially in
father?
this game, it's actually really
Was that
good.
not a provocation? Was that not a...
Arasaka, an empire built to last. Before Yorinobu set fire to it from the inside, all of this began with him.
You don't have to restart. I'm pretty sure it's just a notification they added.
Power struggles.
Maybe
all of
not, but I
this.
like to restart anyway. Earlier at 4K, we had to restart because it didn't make a difference. It clearly wasn't working. I switched it on and my FPS didn't change. I think this dumb Brit has blocked you.
The strongest man
No, I
have
haven't.
ever known.
Why'd you say that?
And
I'm a
yet,
dumb Brit.
At
What?
the critical moment, he showed a weakness
That's crazy.
for his daughter.
Like, what makes you think I blocked
When
you? I haven't
Yorinobu
blocked you.
formed his band of hounds, declared war on his own family.
Dumb Brit, though. I'll have you know,
crushed him with one
I'm
blow.
incredibly intelligent.
Yet he did not, for he did not wish his daughter.
Degree in software engineering. I'll have you
When
know,
Yorinobu
incredibly
returned,
intelligent.
his tail between his
Thank you very
legs,
much.
She persuaded her father to give him a second chance. Do you understand? Hanako-sama saved Yorinobu from the consequences of his deeds.
Feels like that's about to change. Long as we get Hanako to believe our version of events. Conscience could also come into play, assuming she's got one.
British are
We
pro
must
group of
reach
people,
her
we make
first.
good music.
Will you join me?
Sure, why not?
Let us go from here.
Game goes on, hello.
Please come again.
Sawdust and plastic.
Nin. Bjork, what is that? Ninny sod.
Come. I have found a good place to observe.
I'll tell you a funny slang. Squinny.
We must just climb up here.
Squinny and Dinlow. If anyone... People might be able to know my location by if you know what that slang is.
Why do you wait? Now this way.
Game goes on.
Fortune
Thanks for
smiles
becoming a
to
member.
us. It seems no one is here today.
Keep losing membership for payment problem. Oh, no worries. Thanks for renewing it. I think it just... I don't think it... I don't think it stops your duration gold bad. Yeah, I don't think it stops the duration anyway. I think it just continues it. But thanks for continuing it. I appreciate it. Sounds like Manchester. No, no, no. I'm right down south.
I would call this a beautiful view of the city if there was anything to admire.
Hate Night City that much.
Perhaps I am simply homesick, as you say. Now, you must look for vulnerabilities.
Doesn't Dinlow mean full? Yeah, basically.
While I try to
Or you
think
could
of
be a din.
diversion,
Just or a din or a
Arasaka
dinny.
cannot discover our intentions.
A squinny means like
It's just what we
if you're
need to
moaning.
divert
So like if
their
you're just
attention.
moaning loads, I'd call you a little
You
squinny.
will have the best view on the
That's
left.
how I'd probably describe it.
I
Stop
will
being a little
try here.
squinny. If you're just like
All the
moaning and
scope
just being
should be
like,
good for something.
if you're just making this noise
Shall
like,
we begin?
that's being a little squinny.
Let's do this.
Winchester. Oh, I'm nearish. I'm from like the Portsmouth, Southampton area, which is not far from Winchester.
There's no time to waste, B.
You're a dirty southerner. Mush. This is a nice view, isn't it?
There's no time to waste, B.
What have I got to do? Oh, scan. I wasn't paying any attention.
Transformer by the wall. See it?
Silent Hill 2 remake. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out. I need to try and finish that game off. Don't know how far to the end I am. And that's got ray tracing as well, so that'll be a good test. Scan the area. What else have we got to scan? Has it got to be in some order? What? Oh,
got
I think
eyes
it's
in the comm
glitched.
system. It's a lot of guards.
How's the latency of frame generation on? It depends really what your base settings are. At 4K when we were doing it, it wasn't that great. Not as bad as multi-frame generation, but you're still going to want that sort of base FPS.
A last resort. I do not wish to die there.
Dude, what am I supposed to do here? It won't let me scan anything. It's got to be specific.
Footbridge, but it's guarded.
We will use it to enter if there's no other way. This is not bad.
Rebel Champ, hello. Yeah. Fairly impressed by performance.
Security hubs
like Raster performance seems pretty decent.
Perfect for sabotage.
Think I've seen everything.
We have what we came for.
So, we going in?
Can I turn on frame generation with the AMD FPS counter? Do you mean fluid motion frames?
We have not
with fluid motion frames, I'll have to do a video because I can't. There's no way to stream it because you have to use the AMD overlay, and I can't hook it into the OBS capture. It doesn't work. So I can switch on motion frames, but you just won't see anything. I'll have to do it on a video. But I can switch on game like FSR frame generation, but I'm not sure which one you're referring to. I'm guessing you mean fluid motion because you said AMD FPS counter, which is the only counter that will pick it up.
From the city.
It is the first animal I see in Night City, except cockroach.
Which I haven't tested it on this new, but with the previous fluid motion frames version, I tried it on stream and it didn't work. You can't. AMD overlay doesn't work in OBS. Yeah, exactly. So I can switch it on, but you just won't see anything because it won't capture the frames. So it's not, you know, it's not really, it's going to look the same.
Many stories.
I'll have to do it in a video format for it to actually to be able to show you, which is a bit annoying, but there's no way around that.
I am from the slums.
But I can do the in-game. I can do FSR frame generation.
Desperate to leave there,
Settings at the moment. At the moment, we've got 1440p with all the graphics maxed, apart from ray tracing's off.
I long only for the simple days of childhood.
And we've got it. I think what have we got it? We got it set to FSR quality. Yeah. I'm going to switch FSR frame generation on in a sec. I just need to get it saved after this mission. Show the settings really quick. Yeah. 1440p at the moment there, 2560, 1440, FSR3 quality, and then all the graphics are maxed apart from reflections is set to ultra instead of psycho.
I remember the chemical stench of the canal, where we boys washed our shirts. Corporate transporters sometimes passed through our slum, Arasaka selecting children, but only the clean ones.
What did they need kids for?
To be corporate.
Switch to native with ray tracing off. Yeah, let me know what settings you want to see at 1440p with no frame generation, because I'm about to restart the game to switch frame generation on.
When they chose me, I felt I had won.
Did that actually do anything?
won the lottery. In the army, I was given everything I lacked before: discipline, regular meals, and when I
This is no ray tracing though.
And education.
All you had to do in return was kill Saburo's
And
enemies.
if anything, maybe this FPS here seems way. Wait. This seems way high. No. It could just be the area we're in. We've definitely.
At least I'm not fleecing this planet and its people in the name of profit margins.
Corporations need capital and resources to keep all in order. Who else is to rule? Corrupt governments? The masses?
Yeah, sorry, the
attached to
stream just
feeders?
lagged.
Cynics? Nihilists? Like
Maybe just
you?
refresh if
Not
it's
everybody wants to
lagging. It was
change the
just
world.
YouTube, I think.
Sadly, this is true.
Tired of bickering. Let's just drop it.
Sometimes I
Do I
wish
recommend
to
this at
become a
4K?
nomad, to leave this world. Forget everything.
It really depends on what you want to use. If you want to do
Never too late to
if you want to do
change.
4K ray tracing, then no, definitely
What
I
is your
wouldn't recommend it.
expression? One cannot teach
Just
an
raster
old
4K, you can
dominatrix.
definitely do that. Have to fiddle with the settings a little bit, depending on what kind of FPS you want,
Do
but
you
you
know
can
what
make
I
that
think?
work.
What's
Just
that?
if you want ray tracing
That
though, I
day in
wouldn't
Konpeki,
do that.
We both have lost someone.
Because you end up having to use,
And we
you know,
are not
you're going to
at
have to use
peace
FSL
with it.
performance
So we seek conflict.
with maybe
Are
frame
you
generation
really?
just to get any playable frame rate, so there's just no point.
Smart. Got no idea what I feel.
It is the duty of the living to atone for the dead. Hanako-sama shall aid us in our mission.
Or she'll make sure we die for good.
FPS seems
Echo
about right.
gets
Yeah,
sick
it
of
is about
stuff
right
like
with these
It will
FSR
find
frame
its
generation.
own
Yeah,
way,
I'll check frame generation in a sec. I just need to save it before I
as
restart.
will we.
Let's see. Yeah, we'll check 1080p out in a bit. Check out frame generation with 1440p, and then I'll switch the res down more.
I think it is time to do something.
Oh, fuck, getting worse.
You do not look so bad.
FSL 4, it's 3. FSL 3. This game doesn't support 4. This game, I think there was a list of about 25 games, isn't there? I had a quick look over it. I'm trying to remember. I definitely remember seeing Spider-Man on there, which might maybe be an interesting one to test. Spider-Man 2, because that's also got ray tracing and everything. That has got FSL 4, might be an interesting one to test. Claudio, with the 5,000, thanks, I appreciate it. Why do you want multi-frame generation when latency increments to 70 and even 120? That doesn't make any sense at all. More responsive, fake FPS. Thanks for the super chat, I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, multi-frame generation, it really depends. In my experience from what I've tested so far on the 5000 series, there are definitely cases where it becomes unplayable for sure, but then any frame generation, in my opinion, there are cases where I wouldn't recommend it. Even with FSR frame generation at 4K, when your base FPS is 10, I don't think any frame generation is. I wouldn't recommend any doing that. I've definitely seen multi-frame generation though. You know, if you've got a base FPS of 40, 50, realistically, you cannot tell the difference between the two. I think it's a hard thing to just say if it's good or bad or not. It depends.
The divergent reaction.
It depends
That
on
is mine.
other factors, in my opinion, from testing. Break into the park. Right, we're gonna need. Let's give it a quick save, and let's get. If we get path tracing back on, I'll show you how rough that is. So, in this bit, seeing about 27, 28. Absolute chop city on the frame time. That ain't native 4K, you're faking the stream. I didn't. This isn't native 4K, no, I didn't say it was. This is 1440p at native at the moment. Who said it was 4K native? Anyway. Wait, who said it was native 4K? I didn't say that, did I? Anyway, 2627. Let's get this party started. Get frame generation on. So it'll give me the recommendation. Like you say, you might not have to restart, but that has increased our FPS. I'm going to just save it and just give it a quick restart anyway, purely because I do want this to be as accurate as possible. So just give me 2 seconds and I'll just restart just to make sure. Because normally if it does prompt you for a restart, I do like to just do it anyway, because definitely had occasions where I haven't and it then crashes or something sometimes, maybe, you know. Did we hit 1,000 likes? Oh my god, I'm 1 like off, no way. Right, we need 1 person to like this stream. I got 999. Oh, how funny is that? Hey, we hit it, 1001. I remember, anyone in here remember when I went to hit 50,000 subscribers and I looked and it was 49,999. I was like, oh man, I need 1 more. Right, it's for some... Oh, it does this. Anyone know why it does this? When I go frame generation, it no longer lets me full screen. I remember this being a thing, but why? Anyone in chat know why? I remember that being a thing, but I just don't remember why that is. You can't full screen it with frame generation on. With AMD frame generation. You can definitely do it with NVIDIA.
Yeah, when the lights went out, there I was cooking dinner. Oh well, if we're getting specific, I was nuking a half-eaten burrito I found wedged in my couch.
You're doing it for... Yeah, it does need... I am a little bit disappointed we can't see FSL4, but I'll just have to try a different game out. So yeah, that restart was definitely needed because look at our FPS. Way better. We had 50 and I've reset the game. We've now got 100. So currently at the moment 1440p. I am playing the issue is I'm Windows borderless here, but my Windows resolution is 4K. That doesn't seem to be... I'm playing on like a little screen at the moment. I'm playing on a windowed screen. That looks about right to me. If our FPS... Realistically, our FPS was... What did we have? 25. I've switched FSR quality on that. It's another 20, which is like 40. Yeah, that's probably about right, isn't it? That looks about right FPS-wise to me. So that at the moment, this is with everything maxed out, path tracing, everything. And I've got... Let's maybe... Shall I drive around a little bit before doing that mission? Just so we get a rough idea. What's going on in there? I'm going to do ray tracing, ultra frame generation, ultra settings without path tracing. Yeah, I'll have a look at that in a sec. So at least with path tracing, pretty much sat at about 100. It's not too bad. That frame time looks so much nicer than when we're as a native though. What the hell? I'm getting shot from absolutely everywhere. Dipping down a little bit, 90 FPS? I got the cops on me as well. No way. Looks like we're getting in a cop car. This is not good. In terms of latency, it feels okay. I don't really notice. This feels fine to me. It feels playable. There is ghosting though. We are getting ghosting. If you pay attention to behind the car, you do still have that ghosting issue. Seems that overall, I think this game seems to ghost quite badly in general. special path tracing on. How do I get the sirens on? One hand on the steering wheel in a high-speed chase. Whoa! I've been like, I'm dead. I got like, what's it called when the police do that maneuver on you? This is path tracing, yeah. Am I liking FSL 4? This game doesn't support FSL 4. We don't have it, unfortunately. You set the stream to... Are you definitely a 1440p? Because there's definitely that option. Old man Wazza. Happy Friday, thanks. Happy Friday to you. I'll tell you what, this week at work, oh my. I don't even know where to start. One of those weeks where you're like, 2-day weekend, that's not enough. I need a 5-day weekend. So I think mostly, do we get some dips down into 90? What's everything else looking like? Power still, I mean, we just can't get this power down. 330. No matter what I do, this power is just absolutely maxed. It's absolutely guzzling. I do wonder, we'll check out 1080p in a little bit, I do wonder if that'll actually do anything to the power. Possibly not. Which model did I get? Gigabyte Gaming. UK should be a 4-day week. Shoo! I mean, I genuinely feel like I would probably actually do more work. I'd get more work done. Because you have to do the same amount of work, but you then got to cram it into 4 days. So essentially you would do more. Because you'd be doing it over 4 days instead of 5. So your overall output, in theory. And I'm not being funny, but Friday is an absolute joke day. Do you know what I mean? It's like basically the weekend, but not.
Hey, I don't think I know you.
Okay, still getting this weirdness with this frame time here. Notice how it now looks...
Forgot to close my tab.
We did have this issue. Do you remember an Avatar when I first tested frame generation? We had that problem. Seeing usage drop down a little. Look, 79% usage here. Does seem like there's some weirdness. Anyone else in chat use frame generation, FSL frame generation in this game? It's been a while since I've used it.
Where is it?
In Arroyo, on Valley.
Does seem to, for some reason, affect our usage loads. I was capped at 99% before frame generation was on, and now I'm all over the place.
Okay, see you, Claire.
Working Friday's a scam. Preach. And I spawn. I mean, I can just travel there. Do you mean like the fish area? This area? We're planning on testing any games of FSL 4. Yeah, I'll have to look at the list. Do you know the list off the top of your head? What games? What decent games have we got FSL 4? I remember Spider-Man 2 has it. Might be an interesting one to test because it also has ray tracing. What else? Anyone know what else? This has not actually done anything. We'll go to the dense area in the middle. Okay, I do feel... It does feel a little laggy for me, manoeuvring this car. I don't know if that's just the car is crap. It might just be the car's crap. Black Ops 6. I do want to try out Warzone. I haven't played that in ages. I will check that out at some point. Ratchet & Clank, God of War. God of War Ragnarok. That might be an interesting one because I haven't completed that. So, it is dipping down quite a bit here. 80 FPS. This is probably the... And look at our usage now. Back up. Something happens. Something happens in the game where my frame time goes really weird and then my usage goes down to 80%. Because at the moment it's not happening. I'm not seeing 80 FPS though. This game does look stunning here though. Forbidden West, yeah, need to play that. GTA, yeah, I said that earlier actually. Enhanced, that could be an interesting one. It'll probably play quite well. Last of Us, yeah, we've actually got I'm excited for Last of Us Part 2. It's coming out, I think, next month. Is it like a month from now? I think it's, yeah, like April, beginning April. That is still with path tracing, yeah. We'll just go ray tracing because I know some people wanted to see that. That should hopefully be a lot better there. Yeah, look at that. 150. Definitely going to be more of a just ray tracing card rather than a path tracing thing, in my opinion. Probably not worth the FPS hit for path tracing, really. Locking FSR 4, yeah. I mean, just end up with the same situation as Nvidia, don't you? Them locking stuff.
Roger, dispatch.
Suspect's vehicle has been located. Details have been sent.
I'd be perfectly alright playing it like this, I think.
Suspect has disappeared. All units on site continue searching the area.
Oh, I thought this was the road. Maybe get another car? What's wrong with this car? There's a Bugatti there.
Order has been restored. All units instructed to return to patrol.
What perfect timing. You said get another car and a Bugatti's in front of me.
Requesting backup in city center. All units in the area respond.
Roger, unit responding. Any plans for the unit dispatch? Dispatch, did you copy? Yeah, one of these days.
I did actually have this car on my other save because I have completed this game once or twice, but I not accidentally. I reset all my windows and I didn't realise. I thought it was cloud saved. On Cyberpunk, it is not. I think it is, but it just didn't work properly. The same thing happened to me for Witcher. I think I had it cloud synced, but something happened and I lost the saves. Is this 1080? No, this is 1440p at the moment. Dude, these cops are so annoying. Messing up my car. Oh my god, I can't. I can't drive. Is this game better to play on mouse and keyboard or controller? I've always played it on mouse and keyboard. Because I prefer the shooting on mouse and keyboard, but then the driving's probably better on a controller. I need to somehow switch.
All units in the area, order has been restored. All units instructed to return to patrol.
think even ray tracing here looks alright. Don't look too bad. Little bit shimmery with FSR on. I've gone the wrong way. Driving's better with controller. Yeah, the issue is then I find the shooting terrible with controller. I can't, you know what I mean? How do you decide which is better there? Oh my god, I've gone the wrong way again. You keep one on, so you just switch between that and... Yeah, I had some friends who used to do that on GTA. With the cars was controller, and then when they shoot, they would switch. But it's like, oh, that's just too much for me. I feel like I'd be switching so much. especially in GTA, you never... If you're in a car, what do you do when you're in a car and you need to shoot?
Express her undying gratitude to you for saving her ass.
Stop talking.
I was only gone an hour.
Too much has, yeah, and it just sort of ruins. I would forget. I would just end up at some point forgetting to switch.
Gotta do something with her.
Don't want any trouble. I'm calling the badges. Can you carry her to the bed?
As if that'll change anything.
Yeah, I need to report an accidental...
Have I tried recording with OBS? What, with this GPU?
North side, Jackson
I haven't, but I have a stream PC, a separate PC, so
no imminent danger.
I don't... You said it destroys your FPS. I don't have to do it off this, so...
Tomorrow? No! Today! What part of dead don't you understand? No, she was not pronounced dead by trauma team. If she'd have had coverage, we wouldn't be talking. And fuck you. If you don't want to move your asses, why don't I come down to the precinct and trash it into bits? Now will you come and arrest me, you pussies?
Oh, damn.
Fine, I don't give a fuck what you write me up for. They'll be here soon. Told me to keep her on ice until tomorrow. Can you believe the balls?
You know, to you, she was your best friend, so it's a terrible tragedy. But they must get dozens of calls like this every day.
What are you?
Watching on the train back from London?
No, just
Oi, oi. You commute to London, do you?
Put something on her. I'd rather she look like a person than a body. Could you wait outside?
How long's the journey? Leave the bedroom.
Close the door,
What?
V. Please. Bum a cig.
Didn't know you smoked.
I can't move. Am I supposed to be able to move? I'm sat down.
Quit. It's been years. But right now I need something besides air in my lungs. Please, V, just one.
Smoking's bad for you.
That was her smoke case.
She smokes some strange boutique brand.
That's Evie. Whenever she pulled on a new face, it was down to the details.
A lot of people
Barrick,
know
hello.
the real Evelyn, who she really was.
Everyone is dead in the bathtub in this game. That is actually true.
Nobody.
Everyone's dead in the bathtub and you've got to carry them. You've got to carry them everywhere.
Fuck, Evie. I let her down.
Path tracing on. There's no ray tracing on at all. Oh no, there's just normal ray tracing. Sorry, it's because we've got frame generation on. I'll switch path tracing on there.
I thought if I gave her some space or time, she'd get
Brings
back
the
on her
FPS
feet.
down quite a lot. I mean, we had almost 200, didn't we?
Can't wrap my head around it. I never saw Evelyn as the type to give up.
Come on, what she went through?
One person's dead in a fridge on a junk. They seem to like putting people in other things.
Her condition, couldn't think about anything else. Tech-wise, she was clean. UltraSharp was operational, uncorrupted. So, psychological trauma had to be that. Did some more digging and her virtues found Woodman.
20 FPS. Yeah, this. Bear in mind, this is with FSR quality and frame generation.
He did.
FSR frame generation at the moment.
And
So
once he got bored, he pawned her off.
without those, it's FPS isn't that well. Native 1440p of path tracing, it was doing about 25.
Glad I did though.
Me too. I can't even imagine.
FSR4 is work. Do you like? Is it what
Still,
does FSR4 work
not
in this
enough.
game?
There's
No.
so many more like him.
It's this game doesn't have FSR4.
Gotta be something I can do about it.
Like what?
Don't know yet. Think I'll call Suze. Thanks, V. Sorry, but
Need to make a
I'd rather
custom
be
fan
alone
curve
now.
on AMD Adrenaline. I actually have a fan curve in MSI. At the moment, I just set it to. I set it to just flat rate 65%. At the moment, just to try and bring temps down, which it has brought them down. They have, yeah, memory junction has crept up a little bit. Leave the building. Does that involve just jumping off? Native. What other settings did we want to see? Any other settings we want to see at 1440p? I'm trying to think what we haven't covered. Issue is I'll need to restart if I switch frame generation off. Did we at this point want to maybe switch to 1080p? It's definitely worthwhile to have a look at that as well. I can switch this off here. The issue is it will warn me about restarting, so the FPS might not be completely accurate. I mean, we'll see. We know it's about 20. Yeah, that looks about accurate to what we had. Fluid motion frames is on. No. Just then we had frame generation, FSR frame generation. So this is native though path tracing, which we were getting about 20 to 25. I'm still barefoot, look. You can hear my feet. Where did my Bugatti go? Where did I leave it? Oh, it's here. That looked like a damaged, useless car. I thought it was like that van there. What GPU? Gigabyte Gaming. Yeah, the ghosting's even still quite bad like this. I think path tracing on this game overall seems to give pretty bad ghosting. This is very hard to drive. Oh god, oh god. Oh god.
V, how you doing, honey? Listen, got a golden opportunity.
We'll on the odd occasion see 18, 19 FPS as well. Let's drop to 1080p now, and I'll reset the game just so I can then go full screen as well, because otherwise it's windowed. If we do a quick, I'll save it. Quick reboot. It won't let me save it because it's in a conversation.
It's a
fake. What does that mean?
So what's the spec?
Caroline Jablonski. Set off any buzzers for you. Murdered in cold blood. Made waves a few years back.
FSR2 probably causing ghosting. We don't have any FSR on.
He could walk. Jablonski's family wants to balance the scales of justice for good. You'll finish him.
The perp being proven guilty.
Once I get out of this conversation, I'll reboot it at 1080p and check that out.
What did he do exactly?
I'm not a beat reporter. You want the job?
Smash up the gaff.
Alright, I'm in.
Good. Client will be waiting for you by a car at the corner of 6th and Brandon.
Huh, in a car?
Client wants to tag along. Be there in person when you put a bullet through the guy's eye. Good luck.
Save it. Boom. Right, give me 1 sec. We'll restart it so I can go full screen at 1080p. Very proud of this stream's numbers. Thanks. Yeah, we did all right, didn't we? Did the ghosting get fixed if it runs at a higher FPS? No. No, it's a lot of the time I think just the noise that's created from path tracing. It seems like specifically quite bad in this game. I don't know if path tracing like ghosting so bad in other path trace games. With NVIDIA, it normally gets a bit better if you can use stuff like ray reconstruction, and even just DLSS quality, and sometimes often fixes it up for me a little bit. When you do it at native or DLAA, it looks a little worse. But obviously AMD don't have any sort of counter to that, like ray reconstruction stuff. So 1080p here. Let me go full screen. We'll let's make the overlay a little smaller. Is that still too big? No, I'll leave it like that. Is that too big or too small? Let me know if the overlay is too big. If we do, so I'm at 1080p. You can see that here. Resolution. Leave the settings of VR graphics wise, all that maxed. We'll leave path tracing on at just native, so no scaling or anything. Why did I restart? Just because I was switching frame generation off, and for some reason when you switch FSR frame generation on, you can't full screen, so I have to play in a really small window on my 4K screen. So I've switched frame generation off, but I'll need to restart so I can get full screen back. So 1080p native with path tracing, we were getting what, 2025 with 1440p. We're getting about 40 here, so that's definitely a lot better, but it's realistically not going to be able to do any path trace, ray tracing, well, path tracing specifically, settings at native resolutions. I think it's going to be it's going to struggle with that. And as we thought, power hasn't changed. 330 still. That's crazy. I think this is where NVIDIA definitely is a positive, in the sense that when you're playing at low resolutions, you're comparing the difference between 330 watts here and probably, what, on a 5070 Ti, we'd be doing this, probably 200 or less. Probably about 200, right? We'd probably be doing 100 watts less than this, which is quite a big difference. Which, I don't know, why do AMD GPUs just sort of max out and they just sort of statically consume all the power unless you undervolt, I think. Which, for playing at the higher resolutions like 4K and stuff, isn't that, you don't really notice so much of a difference, because a lot of GPUs will be using 300 watts doing that. But like I say, at the low resolutions 1080p, I think that's where you're going to start seeing quite a big gap if you leave it at default. Compared to like an NVIDIA GPU, you could be using quite a considerable less amount of power. NVIDIA winning at power consumption for sure, yeah, especially at the low resolutions, 100%. Because that's a lot, using 330 watts at 1080p. That's pretty wild. But overall, I think it'll average about 40 FPS, it looks like. Out the way. Undervolt the COD to 250 watts. Yeah, I mean 250 is better, but that's still is quite high though. And even if you have to undervolt to get to that, that still is, you know, that's still not particularly low compared to sort of other counterparts. In terms of VRAM as well, it doesn't look, well, about 11 gigs, not too bad. Because we've got path tracing on. Now, does power change at all if we just fully switch all this off? Let's maybe just do path tracing first. So we'll go ray tracing psycho. And you'll get your 60 FPS doing that. So, like I say, you can actually do ray tracing. Just not path tracing, really. There is so many jobs right now. Is GPU memory temp supposed to be that high? 84? Yeah, that's pretty normal for a memory junction temperature. It's pretty standard. Comes down to really, I mean, we're pulling 330 watts, 84 and a... Even 60 degrees on a 330 watt power isn't actually that bad. It's actually pretty good. Pretty much the same actually as my 5080, realistically. Temp wise. God, it's absolute vibes in this lift. Is this utilizing upscaling? No, this is native at the moment. Is ray tracing on? Ray tracing's on, but path tracing isn't. What is this? Oh, it's a gun range, is it?
NCPD, open up!
Barry! We know you're in there! We're here to help!
Don't got no fucking warrant!
Cut the bullshit! Just open
This
up!
4K? No, this is 1080p.
We came here as colleagues, nothing else. Haven't heard from you in a while. We're worried.
No, now leave me alone!
Congrats, Mendez. Way to be a prick.
Oh, what? So I'm the bad guy? I'm not the one who's holed up playing the attention whore.
He lost a friend. Can you blame him?
He's not the first or the last. It's called life.
What is that? Is that his beard?
Hey, what's going on? I live right upstairs.
Interesting.
So keep on living.
Interesting
Stop
style.
other people's biz.
Mendez, hold on. It's his
Don't forget
neighbor.
he's streaming too, so FPS is lower than normal. No, I'm not streaming off the GPU. I've got a separate stream PC.
Is there anything I
This
can
is pretty
do?
much the FPS you'll get.
You know Barry at all?
More or
It's
less.
not being hindered by
Took up a
anything else.
combo once or twice.
He's a friend from the precinct. Left the force not long ago. He broke down after his best friend died. We're worried he'll do something stupid.
Relax, Petrova.
Barry's got nerves of steel. He's just a spiteful old bastard.
Mendez! Could you check on him when he's chilled down?
Sure, why not? It's not like we're miles
Which version of 9070 XT? Gigabyte Gaming.
Just be patient. Cops falling in rough times can be touchy.
Let's see what I can do.
Talk to Barry. Alright, Baz. Alright, Bazza.
Hey, Barry. Everything all right in there? I'm gonna take that as a yes. Try again later.
The benchmark Escape from Tarkov. I don't have that game. I lost my login for that game. I don't have that game. Do streaming. I'll probably stream tomorrow. I don't know if I'll stream Sunday. I'll stream tomorrow and then like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But I don't know if I'll be on Sunday. But if you're interested, anyone interested in seeing any games in that, will make sure to subscribe. You'll get notified when I go live. Try and check as many out as possible over the next 2-3 weeks. Where is GPU hotspot temp metric in NVIDIA app? I don't know if it's in the NVIDIA app. I use it from, well, I'm displaying it from MSI Afterburner, but I use HW Info to get the stat. I don't know if an NVIDIA app even has it. I don't know. Stalker 2, yeah, we can check that out. Data analyst by night. What are you by day? Data engineer. Data engineer by day, data analyst by night. Do you ever sleep? Boozing tomorrow, so you'll catch up Sunday. Are you going Inferno? Is it path tracing? No. We've just got ray tracing on at the moment.
Hey! Hey, you! I gotta get to a Ripper, man!
What the hell?
I'll pay you!
What are you doing, bruv?
All right.
Great! Why are we standing here? To the car! Now!
You have MSI Afterburner. Yeah, you might have to pull the stat in from HW Info because MSI doesn't have it. Oh no, actually, wait, were we talking about hotspot? I think it does actually internally record memory junction. If it doesn't though, you might just have to import the stat from HW Info.
Faulty series got recalled. Still selling it on the street though.
Hey!
Whoa!
Just our luck.
Just go, mow him down!
Chill, June. Be gone in a sec.
Chill? You don't tell me to chill! It burns! Fuck, it burns!
Chill. Doing what I can.
Whoa, what the hell?
Out, but she didn't like that too much.
Handling all over the place.
You really gotta keep yelling like that?
You even know how much it hurts? Like I'm screwing a goddamn pencil sharpener!
Well, suffer in silence. Okay, we're...
Hey, you after? I'll call you!
But...
Is it really better than a 5070 Ti? With these settings, probably not, because we've got ray tracing on. I think the 5070 Ti still will mostly do... Well, no, it will do better with ray tracing, I think. In terms of raster, from what I could see in a majority of games. I think it varies a little bit game to game. Some it's better, some it's like fairly similar, some it's not as good. It really depends. Some games sort of suit it more than others. Oh, I'm waiting for a call. You can try it without ray tracing as well, completely. So native 1080p, all the graphics max, but no ray tracing at all. And look at the difference. From 70 to 160, 170. I might just try and do another one. Oh, just run him over right in front of the cops.
All nearby units. We got a situation in Watson.
Ray tracing. Yeah, I said it towards the start of the stream. I think if you really want ray tracing, and there's just like, you know, you definitely want to use that. I think you just have to. I mean, there are compromises if you don't mind like lowering the resolution or using upscaling. You can definitely get away with it on an AMD GPU, but with the pricing at the moment, if you're looking at a 9070 XT and it's inflated from MSRP realistically, and if you want to use ray tracing and you've got to say pay an extra 100 or so, 100, 200 or whatever, it's hard to really judge without. There's so many different scenarios and like different pricing and stuff depending on where you live. You know, that then might be worth it for you to just pay the extra 200 if it is ray tracing something that you definitely want to use. Outside of that MSRP, this obviously is much better, hands down, overall. If you can get that for this and you end up spending over 1,000 for a 5070 Ti,
It is of no importance.
that's obviously like a big difference.
Does not defile his body through
But it looks like a lot of the GPUs, a lot of the 9070 XTs are also quite expensive.
They knew about this. For me, there is no return.
Hold on. Somebody forced you.
Not just me, my brother too. They drugged us, desecrated my body. And all the while, they mocked me.
Yeah, like ray tracing. Yeah, if you set this to low, you know, or medium, you can sort of get it at 1440p. Realistically, it doesn't do too badly if you were to reduce those. I was talking more if like ray tracing. If you're going like all out and you just like I want to play it with like high quality or high settings, then
you look like someone
more
who
so
can
for
reason
that.
with these people. I beg you, please help my brother.
But like I've always said, I don't really think
it
it's
is not too late.
I think it really comes down to what you want to play and how much FPS you want and what settings you want to use. If you don't want to use ray tracing, that's fine. Then it gives you option of specific GPUs. But if you then do, it's a different story. That's why I don't really necessarily think it's like a one size fits all thing, really, because everyone plays differently, don't they?
There must be some other way.
For me personally, I don't mind playing at 4K 60 FPS in a single player game. Some people say they want minimum like 120. That doesn't really bother me. I prefer maxing graphics out and playing with slightly lower FPS than playing it high, you know. And then in an FPS game for me, I'd rather lower all the settings and play with the most FPS I can.
Include this in your epic. What are you gonna do? Cross your legs and meditate till they drop dead?
Wish you dropped dead.
What am I using to track the info? MSI Afterburner. Ray trace with upscaling. Yeah, but then that's my point though, is like some people don't want to use upscaling or frame generation. That's like one of the most common things that I get in comments is people don't want to use that stuff. So I say, like, I don't think there's any right or wrong thing. Some people don't want to use that. Some people are fine to. I think anything goes really. Save the monk. Whoa.
All units in the area.
Is this FSR 4? No, it's not in this game. Would I test VR? Yeah, I don't have a VR headset though. I would get a VR headset to play Star Citizen. I want to see that game with a VR, but I just don't have the headset. I don't even really follow VR that much. Like, what is even considered the best headset currently? Is it the what's it called? The Quest or the Oculus? I've only ever used it. I used an Oculus once when I was at uni. And that was a while ago, so it's probably way better now.
Slice and dice, slice and dice.
What's better in my opinion, a 5090 or a 9070? In terms of what? Like FPS? I mean, performance is going to be way better on a 5090. But there's like, what's the price difference? There's a huge price difference between those two. They're sort of two completely different position GPUs. I don't even think you can compare between those really. Two completely different use cases, I would say. I'm supposed to talk to him, save him. I've saved him.
Please, Dharma has brought me peace.
I've saved you, get out.
So this is where they're keeping our fellow brother.
Was there something I need to look for?
Do not do incantations against my beliefs. Please, I do not want them.
Calm down. It's over now. I'm not with them.
So...
Quest 3.
What are you doing here?
How much is a Quest 3? Honestly, don't even know. Like I said, I don't really follow it that much. And I feel like it's maybe a bit of a novelty thing.
Think about Maelstrom.
Like I said, I'd like to see Star Citizen, but then outside of that, I'd be like, well, what do I do with it? What do I do with it now?
He didn't want the same thing to happen to you.
Thank you for coming to my rescue. But my life is not worth the deaths of others. One good deed does not justify the suffering.
Oh, the Metaquit. Oh, it's actually not too expensive, is it?
In its purest form.
How much room, though, as well? Do you need a lot of room to set it up?
Your brother's waiting for you. Not far from here.
First, I must catch my breath. And then I shall go. It is him who shall need saving now.
Who knew monks were ungrateful little brats? Maybe you should.
You'd get a better reward for the mission if I didn't kill anyone. Yeah, but they started shooting me. What can you do?
Bad people in this world.
You know?
There are only good choices and shitty ones. Must have made a good one, because why else would karma leave all this?
Once the bullets start flying.
For the picking.
I like where you're going with this.
Why does this guy look so sad? Right, what else did we want to see at... I mean, he's technically... You know, I didn't kill everyone. He's technically still going. This person over here is fine. They're definitely fine. This person's fine. Let's any other settings we want to see at 1080p? Maybe let's get ray tracing and path tracing back on, because we couldn't hit 60 with that. We had about 40, 45, didn't we? There. What do we need to switch on to get that to 60? Potentially just quality, FSR quality. Didn't actually see native AA that much. Might have a look at that. Okay, so just that alone. Oh no, the game's crashed. No! Third crash. It doesn't seem to like changing the settings mid-game, does it? Get up the crash counter. Oh, I'm gonna have to Alt F4 it again. It's weird. It crashes, but it doesn't. The screen just goes black, and I have to Alt F4 it, and then I get the error. Damn. I think it's maybe the changing the settings. It seems that after a while... Oh god, no. I've got a full black screen now. What's happening? Oh, alright. It brings back horrendous memories of on like a 6000 series. I used to have horrendous driver timeouts on those GPUs. Touch wood, I've never really had that much since. I had a good year and a half on the XTX, and then my XTX kind of fell apart and I had to send it back. It worked fine for a long time, and then I kept getting black screens. Touch wood. I think this is maybe more a game thing than anything else, at least I hope so. I'll just put it down to the fact we're changing settings loads. After a while, it seems to just crash.
Hey everyone, welcome to Info Flash.
Hang on. Stream. Bear me a sec.
Yeah, when the lights went out, there I was cooking dinner. Oh, well, if we're getting specific, I was nuking a half-eaten burrito I found wedged in my couch cushions. Yeah, I know I shouldn't have. After all, I heard microwaves zap out all the nutrients, but hey...
AMD driver. Yeah, no, I don't think it's a driver thing, because I'm not getting any AMD error. It's like a Cyberpunk error. It just says, you know, when it says it's flatlined or whatever. But we'll test out tomorrow. I'll check another game out tomorrow. We'll try and check a few different games out over the next couple of days, and we'll see, won't we? If it's doing stuff like that in other games, we could maybe point it more towards... maybe something in the drivers. Could just be this game though, because I do occasionally get crashing on this game on a lot of GPUs, to be honest. Okay, so the image for me, at least at 1080p, looks a bit dodgy. These settings. It's going to maybe look a little bit worse because I'm on a 4K screen, so the quality sometimes does look a little off compared to a native 1080p screen. I'm going to try and... you know, I've got so many missions. Collect your gun.
Be right there.
Asuaki, hello. XCSS. Yeah, you can have a look at that as well. We'll switch that on now. I think XCSS definitely does look pretty good in this. What do we want? Ultra quality or quality? I want ultra quality. I mean, this looks better to me. Definitely seems like quite a lot of shimmering for me at 1080p. I think XCSS always did actually look quite good in this game. Doesn't look too bad.
Code 0. I repeat, code 0 in this area. All units resume normal duties.
Overall, ultra quality at least, not too dissimilar FPS as well. Oh, dude, where have I got to go here? Ah, bruv. I was making me in a car park. There is way too many people here. Get out of the way. Oh. Where's the car? Oh. Wait, I gotta ditch this Bugatti for that. Good motion frames. Yeah, we can't. I mean, I can use it on stream, it's just you won't see anything. What the hell? All you'll see is, you'll just see the exact same FPS, no matter what, so.
Don't mean the wreck. I mean the run. City's most courteous chauffeur ups and drives away from the scene of an accident.
What the hell just happened? I'm guessing that was supposed to... No, man, Bugatti's gone. No. Read the message. What's the phone? Was it T? Yeah, maybe Bugatti. Is that one there? No. No decent. Oh, damn it. I have to get this. You shoot me. At the moment, we just have it on. Yeah, we have it on path tracing. Yeah. Oh, I want that car. Give me that car. No! Look how slick this will be, look. Ah, don't. Calm down. It's mine now.
Save me!
Now we're talking. Ah. Always find it so hard to drive in first person. What the hell? Can I not knock? I can't knock that down.
My lawyer's gonna go data crash on your ass. You hear me? He'll run you out of biz.
Would you be so kind as to give me your lawyer's contact information?
Fuck you, Cirque Brain!
Thank you. Processing data now.
What are you looking at?
Hey, Dell.
Hello, sir or madam. How can I be of service?
What's got into you, Dell?
400 watt speed. Yeah. The GPU power spike is really high. We've seen like 430, I think.
You are currently speaking to a Delamain network subroutine. Alas, my operational capabilities are limited. Could you please clearly recite your incident report? Don't give him any numbers.
XSS has better compatibility with ray tracing. Yeah. The thing I like about Intel, which is, I thought the route, I thought it would be the route that AMD would go with the whole XSS utilizes. It works better on Intel GPUs, doesn't it? It works on everything, but it can utilize more. Is it the image quality is better, or is it just higher FPS, or is it a mixture of both? Which I think is actually the best way to do it. It's like you're giving it to everyone, but you're saying if you do have one of our GPUs, you'll get the best experience. I feel like AMD should have gone that route. Because obviously Nvidia at this point is a write-off because they're just locking. They'll just lock it. We know that. They're not going to change that. Whereas AMD FSR was open, you know, open to anyone. Where now FSL 4, they're sort of locking it. I thought they should have gone the route of everyone can use FSL 4, but if you have one of the new GPUs, it runs. You know, I feel like that's a bit of a better. You get a better experience by having one of their GPUs, but you can still use it. I feel like that's not a bad sort of business strategy.
Sure, let's talk.
Then please follow the drone.
It gives you an incentive. That's the word I'm looking for. It gives you an incentive to buy one of their GPUs, but it's not like forceful.
Follow the drone. We shall speak elsewhere.
I don't mind that.
I'm fully aware customer service is less than satisfactory at the moment. Perhaps a guided tour will prove some form of compensation. This corridor links the shop to the
FSL's hardware based, but not software. No, I know, but for example, I think FSL 4 in its current iteration now, then yeah, it can't. They've locked it, so like you can't. But I was talking more about the approach I think they should have gone, as opposed to like this approach, if you see what I mean. It was always going to be hard to compete with Nvidia's hardware, because if you've got a software-based one, I think that's always going to struggle to compete with a hardware-based. But they've just sort of gone the same route, you know? Which...
Alas, the shop is currently overwhelmed with work.
Think I know
it's not
why.
ideal.
I'm still looking into the cause of the Delamain network vehicle failures. My working hypothesis is an advanced virus. I must resolve this situation quickly. This sudden rise in incidents is proving costly, aside from drawing unwanted attention.
That looks quite good, doesn't it? Any other settings? Did we want to maybe do native, back to native, and just switch all ray tracing and everything off? That should obviously fairly easily do it pretty nicely at 1080p, to be honest. Seeing that here, like 150.
The control room. I feel honored to have you here. Rather surprisingly.
All these lights.
Sean, hello.
Really
Currently I'm at
forward.
1080p. 1080p native, no ray tracing. The rest of the graphics are maxed. Aside from
that is no longer the case for some vehicles.
reflections, we set to ultra instead of
Air
psycho.
drones
Mars,
can't take care
hello.
of this?
This time, I fear, human intervention is required. I'm aware you offer a
400
broad range
people.
of
Oh, there's 400 people
services and
watching.
are unusually discreet.
Yeah, no, I know. We hit over 1,000 likes. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? There's actually over 1,000 concurrent watches at one point. I forget what my record is.
Okay, sure.
I think
I'll go after you,
I think
Mr.
like a
Wheels.
4090 when that came out. I hit like 1,200 concurrent viewers, but we hit over 1,000, I think, which is pretty wild. I appreciate it. Hang on, I can look on the stats here. Yeah, I hit 1,050 or something.
Vehicles are exceptionally secure.
Almost a
Be
record.
sure to have a scanner with decryption capability on your person.
Seems like hype. Hype for this GPU. I want to be able to fly this, you know? Is this with ray tracing? No, not right now. No ray tracing on at the moment. Pretty good FPS like this, as you would expect 1080p really. And our power has finally come down. 240. 230. It's absolute bliss. 150. It's still all over the place a little bit. But it's nice not seeing that 330. 1080p's finally dropped that. It's path tracing, I think. If you have path tracing on, it seems to just max. It will completely max it. Your power. Finally switching that off, support it down. Is AMD graphics cards like RTX GPUs? How do you mean? In what? Yeah, I'm not sure how to answer that question.
One of my missing vehicles might very well be.
Is AMD graphics cards like RTX GPUs?
Thanks.
Yeah, I don't really know how to answer that. I need to know a bit more of like what you're thinking in terms of what they both, like, you know, can they both play games? The answer to that is yes.
Can't take it.
Do you mean maybe ray tracing? If you say like RTX, do they both have ray? Can you both play ray tracing on them?
The city, the bustle, the crowd.
You can definitely do that on both, yeah.
It's overwhelming.
Well, so let's get you back to safety. The garage.
By driving through the streets.
Well, yeah, afraid so.
What resolution is it? 1080p.
Fine. Take me there. Just get me out of here.
AMD can do ray tracing, I meant. Yeah, it can, yeah.
You're welcome in, but do take it slow. And try not to hit anything.
This is 1080p at the moment, all graphics maxed, but there's no ray tracing on. Go for 1440. Yeah, we did actually probably spent about an hour on 1440p. I can switch it back though if no one's interested in seeing 1080p.
Keep driving.
I could switch it back to that.
Too fast.
Oh, fuck's sake.
No. We certainly can't stay here. Keep driving.
The amount I spend on GPUs is equal to Slovenia's entire GDP, or? I've been to Slovenia. I've been to Ljubljana and Lake Bled. I had actually the craziest night out in Ljubljana. And it was actually quite expensive. And I went and saw football there as well, actually. I went to the football stadium.
Great. Just great.
Hey! It's me! The guy who...
Keep driving.
Oh, that's the other guy.
With the smoking crotch.
That's one way to put it. Anyway, just calling to say I transferred the funds.
Slow down!
Well, they managed,
Slovenia looks really nice. It is really nice, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, much as they could.
1440p.
Anyway,
Yeah, I can switch back to that. I can probably do it. Only concern is, let me save it, because the game has a bit of a habit. Oh, God, hang on. The game has a bit of a habit of crashing when I change the settings.
Mm-hmm. Just, check the warranty next time.
Keep driving.
Is FSR turned on? No, this is 1080p though at the moment, no ray tracing. Let me save it. We'll go to 1440p. I mean, I can demo you real quick if we switch path tracing on. It's pretty rough. From, what did we have, 140 down to about 40. We lose a lot of FPS doing that.
Too fast.
From 140, 150 down to 38, yeah.
Just great.
That just shows you how brutal that is, putting path tracing on.
We certainly can't stay here.
Power goes from 230 to 330, adds 100 watts. And then the frame time is an absolute choppy mess.
Slow down.
That's the sort of crazy difference. Have I seen any spikes in power? Yeah. It's actually been spiking power, like, concerningly. at some points I could be, say, at 330 here, it can go all the way down to like 180 and all the way up to like 450. It's really concerning. Switch it back to 1440p. Sort the overlay out as well. Do I have the Phantom Liberty DLC? I do have it, but not on this. I have two versions of Cyberpunk. This is my Steam version. I have Phantom Liberty, but it's in GOG. I accidentally wiped the save of that one anyway.
No, we certainly can't stay here.
Dude, I'm never going to be able to get this car back. Obviously, 1440p from 1080p, we go from about 3540 to 2025.
Slow down.
And then if you also then went up to 4K doing this, you get about 10. So natively with path tracing is just I wouldn't bother.
Yeah,
restart the game.
Sense.
No, it's. I mean, I can do, but this is the FPS you get with this.
Sure, I'm in. When?
Well, right now. We'll wait on you. See ya.
Get about 20 to 25, depending on where you are.
Finally. Oh, I shan't be alone here.
See, it wasn't so bad.
It was horrifying, but still. I thank you.
What do you do for a living? You have a rich wife? No, I mean, the strategy to having loads of money is to not have a wife. That'll eat your money. Some people be spending like 20k on a wedding. Bruh, how many GPUs can I get with that? Come on now.
I've taken the liberty to send you a share of your fee.
That'll give me a nice supply of GPUs for a while. What have I got to do now? Although, if I ever do get married, you know when... I mean, I don't know, because I'm not married, but some couples, you know, you obviously buy a ring. And then the guy buys... Sometimes I hear of people saying, like, the guy gets something, but I don't want a ring, so he buys, like, a Rolex or whatever. I'll get a GPU. I'll have to get multiple, though, to be fair, because rings are easily going to cost more than a GPU. No! What's going on? Oh, I want a car. Give me the car. Oh, God.
Roger that, dispatch. This is 331 responding.
I'm not ready for this at 20 FPS.
I'll take you for tacos sometime.
Put on some upscaling. Yeah, I'm going to need to. Or just go... We'll go ray tracing, no path tracing. Oh. That's better. Still not incredible, but better. If I ever do get married, though, I could probably get it sponsored by, like... I'll get it sponsored by, like, Nvidia or something. Oh, dear. The centerpieces on tables will just be GPUs.
I lost contact with the Dell network vehicle nearby.
Will do.
What CPU? 9800X 3D. You can see it there in the overlay. Got some CPU stats there. You You can see at the moment it's using 30%, 33%. Temp is 48. Using 65 watts of power-ish. Where is this? Where have I got to go here? Ah! It's got to be down here, isn't it? No. Big stutter there. Look at that in the frame time. Where have I got to go? Beastmaster, thanks. No idea where. Oh, here we go. Here we go. My car's a beast. It's like it's perfectly shaped, almost like a snow. You know when you have, well, I don't even know what it's like, a snow piercer on ships or a train that goes through snow. You know how it just sort of like scoops the snow and just pushes it away. Not scoops it, but it's, you know, the sort of angle it is. It kind of is like that, right? Where I somehow go under cars. When I'm driving fast at cars, they just drive over me.
Therapy? A colossal waste of time. Shrinks hate vehicles. We don't have mothers.
Could go back into the fold, rejoin the network. You know, one big happy family.
I'm gonna try 9070 with a 7600X. I don't have that CPU.
Just want daddy to love you, that it.
At the moment, I've only got two CPUs. I've got a 9800X 3D and a 4900K.
If he didn't care about Dell, he wouldn't be the topic of conversation, would he?
You may be right. I guess I haven't tried just talking to him. Fine, I'll go back.
Don't walk.
FSL4. Yeah, I need to try and check that out. Let me
You ought to show this one some love.
The only issue is there's a sort of limited amount of games, isn't there, on it? What games? Let's have a look at the list. See, a lot of them, honestly, I don't even know what they are.
You're an absent father, that's what I mean.
I saw Spider-Man 2 on there, which might be interesting. What else is there that I like play frequently? Resident Evil 3 and 2? It doesn't even have 4 though. Call of Duty? Call of Duty Vanguard, though. Wait, no, hang on. That can't be the right list. Hang on. I don't know what list I was looking at, but I don't know if that's right. Hang on. Black Ops 6. God of War Ragnarok? Okay. Forbidden West. Ragnarok, Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Like these I've played recently. Monster Hunter Wilds has got it, has it? That might be an interesting one. Last of Us Part 1. Obviously, I'll definitely be playing Part 2, which gets it April 5th. That's obviously less than a month away. I mean, yeah, actually, to be fair, there's a few in here. Kingdom Come, Warhammer Space Marines 2. Maybe check out Monster Hunter or something, because that's obviously a fairly recent game. If that's got... Yeah, I mean, the only issue is that game runs so badly. I don't want my first experience of FSL4 to be in like a not great game. Performance-wise, I don't mind. I don't actually mind the game Monster Hunter. It's the first time I ever played it, but performance is rough, and I don't want that to maybe skew. Indiana Jones. Does it have it? I didn't see it in the list. Forbidden West has it, yeah. Indiana Jones. I didn't see that in the list, unless I missed it. Do you seem to be getting random stutters here in the frame time? remember. It's down here, isn't it?
On high alert now. I lost contact with a vehicle somewhere in your area.
Thanks. Eyes peeled.
Blackmouth Wukon. In terms of what FPS, yeah. Overall, with full ray tracing, all of the path traced games run fairly similarly. All the FPS is all quite similar when you have that on. I think overall the toughest one is Portal. Portal with ray tracing, if you max out the ray count, that's actually the hardest one to run. When I tried to run that on my XTX, I couldn't even get out of the menu. And that's never happened to me in any game. Like, on the XTX, I brought it to its absolute knees, maxing out at 4K, and it was like 10 FPS or something. But in Portal, I couldn't even press play. It was like so... even in the menu. So, I think if you max out the count, that's probably the worst. I think. Like, FPS-wise. I need to find... keep running. I've just run so many people over. Every 2 minutes, someone asks for resolution. Yeah. Unfortunately, because I test so many different settings, I have to sort of try and respond like that. I used to do a lot of streams where I just do like one res, but I think it's easier sometimes to take a look at as many different settings as when people ask for them, I guess. Which, yeah, is a bit of a nightmare trying to watch it in playback, but then what I do is I try and clip different things. So, like, I'll try and clip a 4K bit, I'll try and clip a 1440p, and then I'll just post those as short sometimes, or, like, videos to try and just, like, clip it down so it's more clear. But I do go through the settings fairly frequently, so sometimes you can rewind it a bit, and I'll... or just ask and I'll try and respond. Oh my god, I can't even... What's happening? I just feel like I had it. I had the uplink. Where's it gone? Was it driving down here? And I try 1440p path tracing. FSR balanced. There you go. Path tracing. So we're at 1440p here. FSR 3 balanced. Pretty much bang on 60. Is there any frame generation right now? No. There it is. There it is. No, the game's crashed. Oh, no. Dude, what number's that? Is that 4 or 5? No. Let me reboot. Oh, I'm going to have to Alt F4 it again. It black screens every time. And I never know if it's going to come back. Alt F4. Oh, no. Oh no. Alt F4 normally works, but I'm not sure if this is not looking good, bruv. Oh no. Can I do anything? Damn, I think it's fully gone. Bear me a sec. I'm going to have to restart my whole PC. No, that didn't happen last time. I can normally Alt F4 it, and it would just give me the Cyberpunk error. And then I can reboot, but I've just got a black screen. Nothing I've got nothing left. Why is it crashing? I don't know. It seems to be when I change the settings sometimes, but not every time. Occasionally, I could play for like 2 hours changing the settings loads, and it's fine with the occasional restart. And then just randomly, it'll just crash. What, you know? It's like I do it one more time, and it's like, nope, too many. Doesn't appear to be an AMD driver thing because it gives me a Cyberpunk flatline error. So it's not like a driver timeout, or at least it doesn't look like that. Time will tell, obviously, with other games. If you just bear me a sec. I'm back on now. Just boot the game up. What's the stream quality like today? Is it any better than normal? I tried to use AV1. Any better than normal, or is it pretty much the same? Or is it worse? Who's doing it? Yeah, I think Cyberpunk can crash for me on other GPUs too. That's why it's probably a bit early, too early to tell really if it's what the actual issue is. Over the next couple of days, I'll test some other games. If it's doing it in other games, then obviously it's maybe a bigger problem, but it could just well be the game. Yeah, I'm trying to think what I play tomorrow. Might do Monster Hunter. What do you think, Monster Hunter? Yes, yay or nay? No, it doesn't have FSL 4. That's why I want to try and... That's why I was thinking maybe a Monster Hunter tomorrow, because it has FSL 4. Indiana Jones. I don't think that has FSL 4 though, does it? I can look again, hang on. 30 games. I don't think Indiana Jones is on there. I mean, I can check Indiana Jones out. We'll definitely check that out at some point because it's got path tracing and stuff. But yeah, it doesn't have FSL 4 though. I just thought it might be interesting as like the next game to see FSL 4 because that's obviously a fairly big feature. It might be cool to see it, and then I can obviously test out other games as well. But
hey everyone, welcome to
game goes on. Hello.
Say, did y'all lose power yesterday too?
Okay, let me just run through the settings quick. So at 1440p, has it reset anything? No, we've got it set to FSL3 balanced, path tracing on, everything maxed. Hang on, because my sound, I'm gonna have to read. Hang on, bear with me. The sound's now delayed on my capture. Hang on. Oh, it's breaking everything. Okay. You can't hear the game, can you? Can we hear it? No, hang on. Oh wait, it's really small. Split Fiction. What is that game? Wait, can we hear the audio? We can we? Why does this sound really weird? Hang on.
Well, you found me. Congratulations. Was it worth it?
On a scale from 1 to 6, I'd say I'm sitting at a strong 6.
I guess we both know what's going to happen next.
Delamain misses you. I'm here to shut you down.
Okay, I think that's alright. I think it's alright.
And we are now ready to begin the test proper.
Really appreciate it if you didn't make this difficult.
Full screen? Is full screen. Oh, do you mean on when the stream was small? Yeah, that should be right now. There is a fiction and it's split. I saw loads of people playing it though.
I have a surprise waiting for you after this next test.
Great co-op game. I'll have to maybe have a look at it. I also had is it similar to It Takes Two? Because I hear that is really good and I've never played that.
I honestly, truly didn't think you'd fall for that.
Okay, that's enough.
Who's shouting at me?
You chose this path. Now I have a surprise for you.
Free the
Deploying surprise in 5, 4. Let the fun begin.
What the hell? And when let me drive out? Oh god, it's all going wrong.
Look deep into your newly blackened hearts and tell me what you see. Actually, don't. I'll see you can trouble.
Oh, bruh. Bruv. Time to get the shotgun out. That's too many. That's way too many. And I'm on fire. And now there's more enemies.
Too far.
Oh, I don't want to get involved in that fight as well. My eyesight on this. I mean, have you ever seen anything like that? Is there a timestamp for the live? I'm at 1440p at the moment. 1440p path tracing at the moment with FSR balanced right now. Right, where are they? Let me pick them off one by one. I can't hit that one. Oh my god, there's so much recoil. What if I turn FSR off? FSR off, it's with path tracing, it was what, 20 FPS? 20 to 25 FPS. It's quite considerably worse.
I hate you so much.
What am I looking at here? Oh. Anyone else? Oh, we're good. There's someone stood inside the car, though. Should I be worried about that?
Either you go now.
Wait, what?
Either you shut down, or I'll turn you into a scrap heap.
This is 1440p,
You are a horrible person. I'm serious. That's what it says. A horrible person. We weren't even testing for that.
Going back to Delamain really so scary? You gotta drag this out.
I let you survive this long because I was curious about your behavior. Well, you've managed to destroy that part of me. A bitter, unlikable loner, whose passing shall not be mourned.
Enough.
What's your
Yeah, I can switch frame generation on in a sec, but I'll have to restart.
You're still shuffling around.
So let me
over
save
there.
it.
But believe me, you're dead.
How do you...
The talking is over. I'm going back.
Her body's still on the car.
I've made contact with the missing vehicle.
Definitely the oddest of the bunch.
Can you force FSL4 through AMD software? No. Not as far as I'm aware. The game has to support it to be able to use it. Reestablish. Okay, I mean I can check out some frame generation. I can switch it on here without restarting, but it does prompt you to restart. So yeah, like it's not. You can see it's not applied. So I can restart the game really quick. Test fluid motion frames. It won't work on the stream. I can't switch it on the stream. It's a long story, but basically there's no way for me to show you it live. Because you have to be using AMD's overlay to be able to show the FPS. It doesn't get picked up by any other monitoring software. And you can't capture AMD's overlay with any game capture. So like AMD block it, so you can't... I can't show you what I see on my screen with any type of game capture to be able to live stream it, if you see what I mean. Like AMD completely block it. So there's no way to do it live. I'll do a video with it. I can switch it on now, but you won't see anything. Like the FPS will stay the same.
Good morning, Night City. Yesterday's.
So the only annoyance for me with frame generation on is I can't go full screen, which is really annoying.
Hey everyone, welcome to Info Flash.
5XMP, yeah.
Power yesterday too. Yeah, when the lights went out, there I was cooking dinner.
So yeah, it's loaded in now. So it was like 50, 60-ish before. Getting about 110 here. Is my car wrecked? I think it is. Is this wrecked? It's on fire. It's just about going. Other games have I tried? This is the first game. First game I've tried. You will notice here, look how bad the ghosting is though behind the car. It's not particularly good. But in terms of FPS, it's pretty good. I think overall image quality looks okay. I think it's just that ghosting. Like, you can see it on the car in front as well, that van. AMD software. Oh, you're seeing the ghosting here behind the car. Yeah, AMD software is not too bad. I don't know why they block the overlay, because on NVIDIA's overlay, you can enable it, but the trick you can do with that is you can capture third-party... I think it's just called, like, capture third-party softwares in OBS, and then you can actually display NVIDIA's overlay. But for some reason, AMD completely block it. I don't know why. They don't allow it to be captured. I don't really know why. But yeah, that just means then you basically can't. There's no way to live stream fluid motion frames. You can only do it through recording. I want that car. Ow. Oh sweet, I might actually be able to get it. No. What's going on? God, why does the lighting look really weird here? This guy's on an absolute mad one. Right, let me in this one.
You wanna kill someone? Kill him! That's not me!
What is that floating? Look! What the hell? What is going on? Something just floating. I'm gonna sneeze. Noob? Who's that? Oh my god. Is this that same car again? An absolute mad one.
You are currently at the exact location where I lost contact with the car.
Fine. I'll have a look around.
1440p path tracing, yeah. FSR. We've got it set to balanced. FSR balanced with frame generation. I could switch it to quality and see what that looks like. Gonna look a bit better than balanced.
All units in the area, order has been restored. All units instructed to return to patrol.
So, what am I? I'm looking for another car in this area. Is the game streaming on this video card? No. Looks blurry. No, shouldn't be. Are you maybe on? Are you on 1440p on YouTube playback? You might maybe be on 720 or something. I found it. Where'd it go? Could I test 344 by 14? I don't have that resolution to hand. I'd have to modify it. Damn, where did it go? Why does it look laggy? It's probably because I've got frame generation on. So the frame capture is capturing my native frames probably, which is like 20, 25, maybe at best 40 or something with quality. So that's probably what you're seeing. Yeah, it's laggy. I mean, we can test it because, for example, if I do this... What does it look like now? Damn, I can't believe I lost that car. I'm never going to be able to find it. No, it's fine. Yeah, it's because the I don't think it captures. So, for example, when we had like multi-frame generation on, obviously YouTube output is only outputting 60 at best anyway. But the issue you have is when I think you're game capturing, for example, with multi-frame generation, I could be at 300 FPS, but if my native FPS is like 30, that is what's being output, so the FPS on the screen might look alright, but it's not actually capturing that. You see what I mean? It's a big... Yeah, I've been to the big roundabout quite a few times. I'm trying to find this car. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. Might be on the road underneath, no? This looks sketchy. Hello? It's there, it just crashed.
Hey!
Oh my god, what is it doing? Is frame generation on? Yeah.
Let's see who crushes who.
Oh my god. This is not good. It said damage the car. Get me out of here.
How fortunate. I've really... A share of your fee is in your account.
All units, suspect has evaded
No!
control. Resume search immediately.
Car is great. I mean, there's basically nothing left.
Code 0. I repeat, code 0 in this area. All
Whoa.
units resume normal duties.
Right. Unfortunately, guys, I'm going to have to end it there because I need to go. I've got some work stuff to do. It's been good checking this out, though. Like I said, I'll be back on tomorrow, similar time. So if you're interested in that, make sure you're subscribed. We'll try and... Haven't decided on the game. Ideally, something with FSR 4. I mean, I'll check out a load of games over the next week or so. Try and check as many as we can. So we'll get round to them either way. It might just be cool to maybe see a game with FSR 4. That could be cool. Interesting to see what the image quality is like, but... Yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for the super chats and members and stuff. And hopefully catch you similar time tomorrow.